All right, hello guys. So we are back live today. Today is gonna be an open stream, so that means that anybody can join in. You can hang out. I think we can be up to 10 people. Hold on, wait, my sound is on. So we can be up to 10 people at the same time or something like that. Um, and you can all come in and go as you please to share your thoughts about this attack in Maui at the Hawaiian island. To just discuss and figure out what's going on, because this is the main topic of the week. Obviously, it's everywhere, and everybody that can think and see can understand that this was an attack, and we have seen this before many places, um, as well, with these directed energy weapons. We had one major one a couple of years ago in California, right, in Paradise. So it's not the first time. There is things that's off here. It does not look like a natural supposed wildfire at all, not to me at least. And I've seen stuff on my socials the last couple of days, and there's some shit I want to show to whoever is not aware that might come across this stream slash video, whatever you call it, and maybe it will help them understand that everything is bullshit. So that's the plan of the stream. So other than that, there's no particular plan. I just want to hang out with people, so you come and go as you want to, and then the stream goes on for however long we do, and then that's that. So if you got some stuff to share, if you want to show photos or videos or just your thoughts and opinions and shit, then there's a link pinned on this on the chat, and then you can just join. It's through StreamYard, so you don't need to download anything. I think it works on phone as well if you don't have a computer. So you can come and tune in. You don't need to have your cam off. You can do this if you want to, if that's more comfortable for you. I don't mind at all. I'm gonna have mine on personally like this. That's just me. I'm kind of used to this. But if you're not used to it, just take your camera off or something and come in here, share your thoughts. That there is all that's to it. So I'm gonna say hello to you guys in the chat here. Hey, thank you for coming here, and welcome to the stream of this stuff that we're doing here. So White Horse says happy 9th birthday. Thank you. Yes. So she turned 9 today, so that's cool. That's good. And we had celebration. We had a little bit of food, and we had some cake. I had one slice. We tried to get or be healthy, so we had like the healthiest cake you could find at the point. Whatever, it's once in a while. I never was a cake person. I don't really like cake, but I can have one slice 3 times a year. I don't care, but you know how it is. Yeah, I'm not really a cake person. Let's see here. Yeah, so here's the link that I posted. There it is on screen. White Horse again. I used to live in Hawaii, so this has been very upsetting. It was planned, and I am pissed. Yes, it was planned, and we're pissed. I mean, this is the topic of the week since this happened. I mean, we all understood, the people here. I mean, this is the most intelligent group of people out there, the melt heads. I mean, there's flat earth, and then there's melt on top of that. So if we understand those two things, then not saying we know a lot, but we know two things at least. So that's a good beginning. Most people know nothing, so I mean, that's pretty good. And we could see it immediately. We could see, oh my god, why is there like trees over there, utility poles? Why are the fucking the rims of the cars completely melted? Why is there a house in the middle of there? just completely fine and shit. There are so many things. There's so many red flags about this thing, and it's obvious, and it happened before, and it happened again. So this is, in my opinion, the biggest LAN takeover in our time, because the story is the elites attempted to buy the land and just kind of buy out the inhabitants from there, and they refused, no matter what the amount were. I don't know, but who cares? It's fucking only money, right? And they refused, and then shortly after, bam, they got blasted. So if you don't comply, then you'll get fried, I guess. So that's fucked up, guys, and we can't have it, and we can't let them get away with it. So I do have some interesting shit I want to show you guys, some videos and photos, and there's an article as well with this kind of stuff. So I do have a little bit of things. I did a little bit of research on this throughout this week with all the shit that showed up on my socials and stuff. So I can show you this and educate you if you don't know. Okay, if you're like curious and shit, then maybe you learn something. That's the goal here. So I want to have this nice stream with you guys and hang out. And I'm gonna have a little bit of red wine today, like this. So cheers to whoever's having a drink today. And that's how it goes. Okay, so I'm gonna do some comments. RC, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Peace back to you, RC. Good to see you in here. DUW, you already know, man. Good. And Sven, hey, brother. Good to see you in there. Sven is from the Netherlands, so he's like 7 hours ahead of me. So it's pretty late. So cool that you're staying up late. That's nice to hang out with you, hang out with us, guys. And Patty, of course, she might tune in here in a bit. I'm not sure, but we'll see. I'll be ready for it whenever. And Jula, I'm so glad more people are making the Mountain Dew and connection with the fire. The DUW raised right smack in the middle of the PG and E logo, and the @ symbol is in the ray and it's lit up. Look at it. Yes, it is. It's fucked up. Look, guys. Look. Let's see here. I gotta find my shit. Hold on. Don't switch, whatever this shit is. Okay, so this is what she's talking about here, guys. If you can find it here. So there we go. So this is what she's talking about here. This shit. Hold on. There we go. So this is the Mountain Dew logo. I think this particular flavor was released in 2019. So a couple of years ago, but that's how they do it. They tell you that in advance, and then they have everything planned out and shit, and then one day they're gonna do it. And also what's funny or interesting is these tiki figures here. I'm gonna show a video on that, but they're smiling and laughing, and you never see these tiki figures in this expression here. They're always like angry looking and shit. So this is like mockery and a joke. So Mountain Direct Energy Weapon Dew Maui Burst Dew with a blast of pineapple flavor. I mean, just Maui Burst and Blast. I mean, just the words itself should be obvious. This is predictive programming through all the shitty products they sell to us that people keep buying over and 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 over. I fucking again. Okay, that's just how it is. So yeah, good to have you in here, Julio. Hey to you. Happy 9th birthday. Shit. Thanks. Thanks, Patty. I was at the campfire emergency cleanup efforts and witnessed everything firsthand. Paradise California. Okay, yeah. So you saw all the shit and you could see it, right? Good. Good that you guys know this is good because we need to talk about this. Everybody needs to share this. Talk about it with your friends, family, co-workers, whatever. Because this is the hot topic, and that in 3 months nobody's gonna talk about this anymore. So shit. With all the converge, I haven't seen one video of the actual fire. On another note, I saw a news segment that there are wildfires in Canada. Yeah, there are. In Canada, they've been going on for months now. So it's burning over there. But when these things happen, when these disasters happen, I mean, first you can think, oh, it's just a small wildfire or whatever. But when they get close to where people live and stuff, and then property and people start dying, then there should be live streams of this shit all the fucking time. I mean, we as the people should be aware of what's going on out there. We all need to be aware of this. So if you don't know about this Hawaii thing, then you need to be aware. But we as citizens have the right to know what's going on. So with today's technology and all the drones and shit, they should be flying over there all the fucking time once shit happens, right? They can just send it out there remotely. Nobody has to be in danger. If a drone melts, who care, right? Who cares? We want to see this stuff and see what's going on and shit. But of course, since we're under attack and it's a war that nobody can see, then of course we don't get to have that. And now Mark, my melthead brother, is tuning in here. So I'm gonna add him to here. Hey Mark, hey, good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Hey. Okay, hold on. So the sound is not on my headset. Let's see. My speaker should be this one. Should I say something?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Now I can hear you right there.
Melted building.
Melted building. Hey man, good to see you.
Man. Yeah, thank you for the link and everything. I just wanted to come hang out with you. Like you were saying, I caught you for about 5 minutes, and this one is unbelievable. Just the California paradise looks almost exactly like it, but worse. Just more evidence of what they're trying to hide, and just nuts. The kids. That's one of the main things that just drew me as far as really getting pissed off.
Right. So I've seen a couple of videos of this place and this event, and I haven't seen any people in the videos, but I saw in the middle of the street there was a dog laying on its side, and his legs was like up. His two legs was up, and like a statue that somebody tipped over or something. So they're like, I don't know what happens when you get hit by direct energy weapon, but it's probably not pretty, right? So all these people just being sacrificed, and then there is this word here. Hold on, I'm going to show this on the screen so they can see it better. Present. So we got this. So the word is Holocaust. We all heard it before. And the description from Google here is destruction or slaughter on a mass scale, especially caused by fire or nuclear war. I mean, we knew nukes is fake, so by fire. A sacrifice in which the offering was burned completely on an altar. So that's the definition of the word Holocaust. So this is the Holocaust of today that's going on right here. It's fucked up.
It's real fucked up.
Yeah, that's the only explanation.
Yeah, it's good to see you, man. Hadn't seen you in a little while.
Yeah, it's been busy around here and shit. So yeah. So I was down 3 days down at the Garden of the Gods to record this documentaries.
That's what I wanted to ask you about, man. If you don't mind.
Of course, sure.
What happened and how was it and where'd you go?
It was a good time. So it happened like some weeks ago. A guy just wrote me on Instagram like, hey, they like my shit. Do I want to like do a documentary with them? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I thought like, okay, I can make some video, or we can like cooperate during or through this social media and shit. And then they're like, no, we're gonna come there and we're gonna drive like 6 hours down to this state park and we're gonna like record and shit. So I'm like, oh my god, yeah, sure. I mean, why not, right? And
Cool.
then they turn out to be really, really cool people, really chill, very like understanding, and I enjoyed it. We got like hours of footage. I don't know how they're gonna edit it and put it together. I have no idea. They send me texts here and there, like have some like we still talk here and there to try to put it together and shit. And we had drone footage, and it was a good time. So I'm glad I did it, and I hope they put it together in a way so it gives the message out there that these are not some fuckers trying to make us look bad or something. I don't know, but they seem like good people. We had a good time, so let's see what will happen. We
Excited
all
to
owe it.
see that for
Yeah.
definitely. Are they going to do other stuff or just with you as far as their documentary?
I'm not sure if they're gonna have just me for this one, or if they're gonna like put other people in there and have a little bit of that and a little bit of this. I don't know. I don't know that they have their like production company. I really forgot to ask what it's called and stuff, but they have their thing going on, and they've been doing this thing with documentaries and filmmaking for many years. Different things like even just events with board games and stuff, and anything. So this is like different from them. This is the first time they're gonna make like a truth film documentary. So
That's so cool, man. So
yeah,
cool.
it's fun.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm glad I did that, and yeah, I think it can't be anything than good for the whole thing we're trying to explain to people with the melt and stuff.
Yeah.
And I also saw the video you were mentioned in at John Levi. That's cool as well. So
Yeah.
he's getting the message. He's like a casual meltologist. It's like, oh, this is melted.
Yeah.
That's melt.
It's
It's
great.
super cool. Yeah, it's great. I
It's
love it.
super cool. It really
Yeah,
is. I mean, and I
yeah,
know you have too. I mean, I watched him since probably day one, almost when he was showing his
right,
videos, and he's really cool as far as his presentations and stuff, and excellent
right.
researcher and stuff, and always open minded about everything. But yeah, he's the casual meltologist now, and it's so cool, and
Yeah,
it just shows that he's watching all of our stuff,
right,
and it just gets the message out there more. And
right.
whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter. But yeah, super
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's nice. So that's very. I appreciate that a lot to everybody out there. Whether you talk in person with people or if you have social media profiles and stuff, whatever you're speaking of, if it's flat Earth or fucking whatever happened 3 years ago or something, I mean, just speak truth into people, because most people are disconnected so bad, and still, it's very rare, but still, I see people driving alone with masks on or walking outside in 100 degrees with masks on and stuff. I mean, it's ridiculous. It shouldn't happen, but it happens.
Just saw a guy the other day in a store. He had the full mask on like this, the wrap around, and nobody else had one on. And he had a straw in his cup, and he slipped it under while talking. It's like 100 degrees. I just like, what's going on around here? I have no clue what's going on around here.
Oh my
I
god.
mean, yeah.
Damn. Wow. Yeah.
Whatever.
That's actually kind of frightening to see. I mean,
It
damn.
really was.
Yeah, it's like still. I mean, come on. So sometimes when we see it, me and my wife, whatever, we just say, "Hey, COVID's over, dude. It's over." So it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But that's how it is. So I got not a lot of shit to show, but there's like a few minutes of footage and a couple of photos and shit, just so people can know what's going on and stuff. So I want to
I'm
present
just here to chill with you.
yeah, just chill,
I got
do
about
whatever.
like 30 minutes or so I just want to hang out with you.
Yeah, good. Yeah,
So,
that's what I want to just hang out, very casually today. No specific plans or nothing, just like talk and hang out. Do the chat here. Hey, Davros. Hey, Patrick.
Davros.
Freya. Good.
Freya. What's up?
And
James.
Sven is there saying hi to you. That's good. and Meltologist Finest, James, also in the house. Good stuff. Upside Down Davros, supposedly on a spinning ball. Good to see you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Please share this out. Maybe there is someone who will like understand that don't know yet. I don't know how they can't know yet, but there are people who don't know yet, so they gotta see this stuff. So share it out with your friends and stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna show. Let's see here. I'm gonna find my couple of photos and couple of videos. So I'm gonna have to do share screen and the whole thing, I guess. I think that's probably easier.
Entire screen.
The whole thing like this. Now we have infinite matrix here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got here. We saw this one, but here it is again. And then here, you just witnessed the biggest land grab of your lifetime. School was cancelled. The water was turned off, so you can't fight it with water. The escape route was blocked. There's videos of this. I'm going to show a little bit of it. All Hawaii officials were off island when fire occurred. There's celebrities and shit that live there, and apparently their mansions is completely fine. That's probably a coincidence. They did not sound the alarms. There should be fucking alarms. And they didn't use the phone alert system on these things, okay? Because, a month or two ago here, there was like, I was at work, and then suddenly the whole restaurant, all the phones went like, and then you pull it off and they say like, cyclone, whatever, a warning or something. Of course, nothing happened, but that's how they keep you in fear. The only thing they're doing with this thing is causing the wolf effect and hurting businesses, because every time there is like a severe weather alert, business is so trash because people are outside and then the weather is fine. That's all they're doing. But one day they're gonna say, oh, it's something coming, and people are gonna be like, nah, but then it's actually coming. It's the wolf. Have you heard the story? Wolf.
Yeah. Can I say something real quick, Yoko?
Of course.
That, the alarm system I heard from somebody else, because I don't watch mainstream media, but they said the reason they didn't do the alarm is because it was for the tsunami, and they didn't want to confuse people. I don't know if that's true. I just heard that. What a ridiculous story that don't. Okay, everybody's frying to death. Don't sound the alarm because it's a tsunami alarm, and everybody will think there's a tsunami throughout the island.
I mean, shit. People gotta whatever. You gotta use what you have. If they have a specific alarm for a wave, I mean, you gotta so people are like, oh, something's going on. Whether they're running away from the water or whatever, they at least they're gonna be like, okay, something's happening.
Yeah. Actually, that would have been good. Everybody would run for the mountain, right?
Right.
So, totally opposite. It's crazy.
Yeah. Shit. We're supposed to know when shit is going on, but we don't get to have that. So, I got an interesting video. I posted it on Facebook yesterday. So if you guys saw it, then that's cool. But many people in here haven't seen it, so I'm gonna show that too. So here is some of the results of this supposed wildfire, and you can see most trees are still here. They're a little fried and stuff, but they're still there. This just everything is like completely burnt to the ground. Look at this big ass tree. It's still like green and just thriving here and stuff. I mean, how is that when everything, like these cars are completely melted? It's very obvious it's directed energy weapon, because usually the hood of the and the engine block is completely melted. That's the densest part of the vehicle, and that's why the energy will just come there to the densest part. So look, it looks like a complete wasteland, and also like there's so many dead people and stuff, and a fire don't come a fucking 200,000 miles an hour. I mean, it takes some time for this shit to go through here. So why are all these fucking cars in here at all? I mean, shit, do they all own 10 cars each?
Yeah.
Because they should all be like on the main road, at least attempting to get away, but they're just sitting here chilling. I mean, it's like something went like super fast through here.
And even the ones that were all blocked up in a group, all the doors were closed. If you're running for your life, do you close the door?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, right. Good point right there. Yeah. So either all these people living here own 10 cars, so they left 9 of them. And then, of course, you close your door and stuff, like you said. So, it's in the detail. This is a little, that's a low resolution photo. It's not going to help us a lot. They were fine on Facebook, but yeah, here's more. And then you have this building. It's just fine. It's everything else is looking like this, and then this one is like, I'm fine, and this one is fine too. It's fine. Why is that, guys? Okay, so if we're right here, I mean, we've been right many fucking times throughout the years about the things going on, etc. So if we're right here, there is like a laser weapon they have in the sky sapping these things. And also Jeff Snyder too, he's been talking about plasma fires for years. He's a trucker in America. He drives so many miles every fucking week, and he sees trees like next to the highway just and it's burning from the inside and out, and the most dense part of the tree is the most affected, and then like the grass and straws and shit, the dry grass, etc., around it is not affected. So it's the densest part. So he has this thing where or this thought where there is electricity concentrated coming from below as well. And we know we live on some circuit board looking thing, so his thought about it is good. Someone just popped in here, so I'm gonna
heard a little ding.
add them in. We got Shapu in the house. Hey Shapu, good to see you, man. Thanks for joining in.
Hey guys. Oh, there's
What's up?
Hey, good.
No, wait 2 seconds. All right. Sorry.
Oh, that's good. That's better.
I forget to close my YouTube. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you got these buildings, just some of them just completely fine, while everything is just like looking like this, like a pile of garbage now. Now we got this bitch, of course. Don't want to sell your beachfront property to BlackRock? Everybody gets a direct energy weapon blast, of course. And of course, this woman has a mansion that apparently is completely untouched, surrounded by everything in ruins and shit. And now she's like pretending to help, giving people pillows and food or whatever the hell. But somebody made this meme, I don't know who, but they put her in there and like, hey, shit, look at this shit, because there's an article too I want to show you guys.
Yeah, she wants to give like a donation, and they said that donation is gonna be 6.6 million.
Oh yeah, of course. So here's a helicopter, and pay attention to, most of these are okay. That's fine. The fire didn't want to go this way because this is the richest one there, and then they start to turn into that. Not this one. Nah, that's fine. Okay, and then there's an interesting one right there. So
yeah,
hold on.
Just skipped over that one, didn't it?
Right there. So we're wondering, like, I don't know who owns this place, but it's part of someone that's high up in the system and pyramid and shit. Whatever. It could be Bill Gates. People say he had a fucking mansion on there and stuff. I don't know who have a mansion on there, but Oprah has one, and they made an article I want to show you guys too about that. So it's kind of interesting. I can turn off the helicopter sound. There's no need. So here it is. That was a fine one. It's green here, okay, and then it's completely blasted again. That's okay over there. So it's very specific and targeted. That's fine. Look at it. Oh, look here. Yeah, look here. It's so fine. So it's very precise and very. I mean, the fanciest houses here are like fine. So there is elite people living here, and they're the ones who wanted to buy this place in the first place. And whatever, if they offered every property 100 million or whatever, is it worth it? Why would you do that? You already have your fanciest house, the fanciest car, and your family and shit. Why would you need that, right? It's not like they're broke or something. So I mean, shit. So yeah, here it's completely fine, and here whatever that is, building, whatever they use it for, I don't know. So it's very targeted and specific, which is to me like, hey, that's a red flag. If you can use the brain that you were given, right? And then we have this. I need the sound on for this one because he's speaking about the melting of the cars and metal.
This fire was so hot that all of the wheels of the cars have melted. All of the aluminum has melted. You can see it just.
A normal fire don't do that, guys.
And in case you were wondering, aluminum melts at 1,221 degrees Fahrenheit. Man, that's a pretty hot fire. But hang on a second. You mean to tell me all those trees with foliage on them didn't burn up? I did also notice that the asphalt is very much intact after such a hot fire, including the pavement markings and the pavement reflectors. And one might begin to wonder, how hot does it have to get for asphalt to melt? Oh, close to about 343 degrees Fahrenheit. What's even more interesting is that NASA has lasers that can send laser light to the ground with such precision. I mean, if the Department of Defense believes in space lasers enough so much to create a space-based laser program to study how useful they can be for a military weapon, why shouldn't we believe in them?
Right.
I mean, the reflectors on the road.
Right.
I mean, on each side of the road incinerated, and the reflector's fine.
Yeah, they're fine. It's a little plastic piece right here, and it's fine. I mean, and the aluminum just melted, and fucking asphalt is fine. So so obvious, guys. But this is I love this content here because the attention span of most people today is so low. They can't see a fucking 1 hour video or 30-minute video, 5 hour video. I mean, people are busy and shit, but you get so much logic information in 1 fucking minute here. So this is. Guys, make this, start a TikTok or do something, please. Just put it out there, flood the internet with this kind of truth, so people can see and get to see this because they have to. And here is this again with the Mountain Dew Maui Burst Dew with a blast of pineapple flavor, of course, and with other natural flavors. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, and there's one more thing.
Natural flavors means chemicals, by the way, too. So
yes,
basically.
Okay, so there is one more thing from the president on Twitter, X, whatever they call it. Okay, so I think I posted it here somewhere. Yeah, here. So I checked this. I went in here and found this garbage vegetable guy here. Of course, he's not the one running the account here, but whatever.
Absolutely not.
He can't even finish a sentence.
Yeah.
As residents of Hawaii mourn the loss of life and devastation taking place across their beautiful home, we mourn with them. That's why you don't say good morning to people, because you mourn over someone's death. So say good rising or good day, whatever the hell, just don't mourn. It's a bad way to start a day with word magic like that, but yeah, whatever. Or say whatever you want. I'm not going to say what you cannot say. Like I've said, not only your prayers are with those impacted, but every asset we have will be available to them. Here's the latest. Whatever the fuck this says. Number 2, we're laser focused on getting aid to survivors. Okay, so that's just the word he chose to pick here, or the running the guy he has that runs this account, whatever. That's the word. So why somebody popped in here. Where's this thing? Oh, it's the Patty. Hey, good to see you. Thanks for joining in. Hey,
Hi, Patty.
so very, very interesting choice of word right there. For the ones who can think.
Yeah, in the same breath, $700 per household and like 20-something billion into Ukraine. And I found out they put it it's a bill, and they said FEMA ran out of money to go to Maui, whatever. And so they put it in this bill to give a few, I don't know, $1 billion or something to FEMA to go and then refund their whatever they get per year or a quarter. But in the same bill, it's given however many billions to Ukraine. So if you don't vote for it, oh, you're against, helping Maui, right? They do this. They've done this for freaking ever, man. I'm done. I've been done for a while, but it's such bullshit.
Such a joke. $700. They lost everything.
Yeah, $700.
It's bullshit.
Fucking kidding me.
It's fucked, guys. So yeah, and also if some of you guys know someone there or whatever, if you want to donate down there, don't do it through this set of government agencies.
Nope.
Find someone you can do it directly through, so it all comes down there and nobody takes like 90% of it. Right. Yeah, right. No middleman, no anything. Just get it down there if you want to help out, and do that please directly, because we know how these people are. Okay, so that was that, and then there's 2 YouTube videos I want to show. So here is one 2-minute clip.
Yesterday I was horrified when the Maui chief of police announced that they had arrested a witness and warned anybody else from showing up and documenting the scene, documenting the evidence.
That's why we can't have you walking down there. And we had to arrest somebody for trespassing. And so if we want to keep doing this and slowing it down, keep doing that.
Look at this tyrant.
Do a film of
Yeah, look at the guy.
who that person is. Tell that story. Knock it off.
Class A tyrant.
But we're hearing that they're banning journalists from going and covering what's going on in Maui. I decided to call the Maui police to confirm and to get some more details. Here's the call.
Aloha. You have reached the non-emergency line of the Maui Police Department. Maui Police, how can I help you?
Hi, thanks for taking my call. I'm with media, and I was going to go to the scene to report and film and upload, but I'm hearing that people are being arrested for being journalists. Is that true? Or is media forbidden is my question.
Nobody's allowed in the disaster area because they're still working on clearing it and making it safe, and they're still getting the deceased out of there. So they don't want people walking around on the deceased bodies.
Okay. And how big is that zone? Is it just the small region, or is it multiple miles? Just the whole region?
I'm sorry, your phone cut out.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, last question. How big is the region that is banning the press?
Yeah, I don't have that information. Let me give you a number to call. Okay, you can call the mayor's office at area code 808.
So to me, this screams a cover-up. This is one of the most important events in modern American history. And they don't want journalists to be able to document the evidence. And they're using the excuse that there are deceased bodies. I find this all very, very suspicious, concerning, and horrifying.
That is actually terrifying, because no matter, if they're gonna send this shit on like sensitive platforms or whatever, you can just blur it out really easy. I don't understand the problem if there is like a burnt out body there or something. We need to see this shit up close, like figure out what happened with this fire and stuff. We should have the right to document this. Fly drones and shit, but they turned it into a no drone zone apparently. So there's one more video I want to show, and then I'm gonna give you guys.
Obviously, the major news story right now that's taking place is what's going on in Hawaii, specifically the island of Maui. And just take a look here at the map of Maui. You can see the areas that are affected, and you have a huge mountain range here. And you have these other locations. Another look here, specifically at Lahaina, and again the huge mountain range. So you have this spread of what's going down here. It doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. And obviously, that anybody that's been following this knows there's no official reason of why this is taking place. And one thing I found pretty interesting is what the Maui PD chief states here during this news conference. It's going to remind you of a past event. The similarities are spot on. Take a listen to what he says here.
A fire that melted metal.
And take a look at this footage from TikTok. And what do you see here? You just heard the police chief state what's taking place here with the melted metal. And you see it here in plain sight. And it gets to this with Joe Biden on Twitter, where he talks about we're laser focused, of course, on getting things done. And that comes to the predictive programming aspect. Take a look at here. Very interesting with Mountain Dew. We all know about Dew. Let's get a little bit of a close-up here with this one advertisement for Mountain Dew Maui Burst. And you see the three tikis laughing like they're mocking. Let's get a little bit of a close-up here. Again, Mountain Dew. And that's the in red when it says Dew. And the Maui Burst. One thing, again, I want to specify here as far as the tikis, the three laughing tikis. And definitely, I look at this as mockery in plain sight. Let's take a look here at some tikis. And you see all the different faces they're making. And I don't see any particular smiles on the faces. I'm not saying they don't make tikis with smiling faces, but this is not the norm. You know, you see all the faces with these tikis. And that gets into, besides Mountain Dew, I pointed this out before with California and what took place in Australia with similar events, with Tribuca, with the kombucha, with the all-seeing eye, and the pyramid. Let's go a little bit of a close-up here. And again, the pyramid in the eye within. And of course, anybody that's followed my channel, they'll know this when it comes to the pyramid. It's the 666 with the 60-degree angle within a pyramid or a triangle. You get your 666. This all comes down to the NWO agenda and the New World Order. Basically, Novus Order Seclorum stands for New World Order Group, and I'll just put it lightly with group. Let's take a look here at specifically what's on the can, as you can see here on the bottom portion. Controlled burn.
That's the
with
flavor.
The trees
okay.
on fire.
Okay.
And not only that, take a closer look here. What you see here with controlled burn. It almost looks like this deck here is the pyramid, the uncapped pyramid. And what do you see in plain sight? A 3 and another 3. Make no mistake about it. This is by design. Just like the company logo itself is by design. Make no mistake about it whatsoever. Now, one thing I found, again, interesting. Another design on a can by the same company. And what do you see here? It says the main squeeze. And it definitely looks like a surfer in Hawaii. And definitely they're putting this in plain sight. The main squeeze, stated before, with the double E's, you flip them around, you get your 33 when they're capitalized, of course. And with Fox News here, Fox Now, and supposedly raising $33 million
long video, but that's okay
for the wildfire itself. And of course, evil and live in reverse, all by design. Make no mistake about it. And also this one clip by ABC News with the roadblocks. Take a look here. They specifically, they want to highlight this one particular truck as it rolls by this police officer. Take a look at what it says. I'm not going to stop right there. Theatrics, Hawaii, audio, lighting, video, staging, rigging.
That
Make no
had
mistake
to be
about
this
it. Again,
one, right?
this is not by chance or coincidence.
Of all the cars and vehicles
Behind it all, take a look here at the flag of Hawaii. You have the Union Jack in the 8 stripes. The 8 stripes represent the 8 islands. But more importantly, you have the Union Jack, and who's behind it all. And that gets back to the foundation of the United States itself, with Delaware being the first state, being 33 numerology, Pythagorean to be specific, and Hawaii itself with the 33. So the first state being a 33, the last state being 33. And I found this interesting as well. Off topic, but it relates to, again, ABC when I was digging for information. And what do you see with this news story regarding mushrooms in this one female, the all-seeing eye in plain sight? And take a closer look here, and you see all the pyramids up the sleeve of this woman's dress. Everything's by design. Make no mistake whatsoever. And for what's going to take place with Hawaii, the aftermath, as far as Maui's concerned, you're going to see a lot of new construction taking place. A lot of people obviously displaced currently. people still own the land, but as far as staying where they're located, we'll see what happens. But definitely make no mistake about it when it comes down to it. This is by design. Once again, just like all these other events that I covered when it comes to California and Hawaii, no doubt whatsoever, this is a controlled burn.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah. So there's that. I'm gonna stop the screen sharing now. So just giving that information out there. So the first one we saw is a channel called Team Truth. Ruth is there, but I'm gonna link that in the chat as well. Thank you, Team Truth, for making that video information, and thank you to whoever shared that with me. And the second one is from They Live Truth. I'm gonna link that as well in there. Thank you for making and posting that video and information. So that's all in there for people to find and for people to share. So thanks. So yeah, there's that information, guys. I mean, it's all in the details. These people don't fucking make mistakes. They have to show you like it's all in code. And if we don't see it, if we don't really pay attention, I mean, how could we know in 2019 that Mountain Dew Maui blast would be connected to this? I mean, now we can see back and see, oh shit, it told us. So
Everything's so planned, man. It's just nuts for years. I mean, years and years. Everything's so planned, and they make fun of you basically.
Laughing tikis. How many laughing tikis are there? None, apparently. So. You know,
no, they're made to be scary. That's
right.
Why.
Yep.
And you're right, Mark. They have been doing this for a long time, because if you heard about the scorched earth tactics that they use in wars many times, it's a term that they use in military just to bring out the people out of places, and they call it scorched earth, and they just go there and burn the places.
Right.
Exactly. Yep. They've been doing this forever in wars. My dad was in Vietnam. He's told me a lot of stories. So same thing.
Yeah. Now they just have a laser instead of people going there to burn stuff. Yeah.
Hey, Steffi. Welcome.
What's up, Steph?
And everybody else in here. I haven't really seen all the comments and stuff, but thanks for joining in, guys. Thanks for sharing and getting this information out there, because, I mean, when is enough for us? How much are we going to allow from them to do before people start thinking and before we start doing something? We can't just let them do whatever. I mean, shit. Then they will do whatever, you know. You see the problem, right?
I think this last one, this Maui thing, I've seen around me, like, it's waking some people up.
Right.
It really is. Because it makes no sense. Just like what you're showing. I mean, all this is even more dramatic than the Paradise thing.
Right.
And others. I mean, the Canada thing was incredible, but it wasn't like this. This is so... It should be really publicized, and it probably is on mainstream media, but they're blocking a lot of stuff out, and just it's the last straw, man. It's the last straw. They've gotten so sloppy. This is so precise. It's unbelievable. You're an idiot if you don't see something. I don't mean to say calling people idiots. I'm just saying, man. This is it.
Yeah.
Right. People got to ask at least one question, because
You're muted back.
The way it looks. Yeah. Yeah. And just the fact alone that people are getting arrested for coming in there with cameras. I mean, damn, guys, it's not burning anymore. Okay. It's not like they're going to die. And if it was, I mean, isn't that every individual's choice to take if they want to risk their lives to get some footage for a very important event, whatever? Can't they choose that themselves? But no, you can't. You get arrested for it. Probably beat up first and then arrested.
They blame it on,
go ahead.
They blame it on the looters, but if you look at it, there's nothing left. There's nothing to loot. So
no,
and their excuse is for not going in there, walking on a crime scene. Basically, all these people are incinerated. are you serious? You're worried about stepping on ashes? Because it's all ash. And they're not letting anybody in, people like you're saying, arrested and all that. It's unbelievable. They're turning away provisions and stuff from the community, just people trying to help, and they are blocking it off because it's not FEMA.
Right.
And there's reports of people getting sick from the water that they passed out to, the bottled water. I don't know if that's true. I've just heard reports. So,
hey, Patty, do you have sound on?
Yeah, no.
She's muted.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Thanks for specifying that. Yeah, I listen to the people I hear, and or I look at the people I hear, so I didn't hear you. So sorry about that. Thank you, Sven. Can't hear you. No.
Maybe sometimes it's on the StreamYard settings, because sometimes it changes.
No sound still. Technical difficulties, guys. Sorry. It happens. That's okay. Okay, so we got Jay Northup. Hey, welcome. Thank you guys for hanging out. And Steve Finneran. Hey, man. Hey, brother.
Steve.
Oxor P boss. Dude, direct energy weapon. Good to see you in here. I haven't really seen your name before, but thank you guys, everybody tuning in here. There's a lot of attention to this Hawaii thing going on right now, and just keep doing what you're doing, guys. Share this shit out, and don't let people fucking not even look into this a little bit. I mean, just post photos or whatever on your main whatever Facebook profile and stuff. Just okay, she had device not connected. Yeah, she had to tune out, or she'll come back.
Yeah.
But it's all about information, because I mean, if people don't know what's going on, how are we ever gonna do something about this corruption and these sacrifices they do, demonic sacrifice and stuff? Because I want to do something, but I'm one guy over here. What is gonna happen? They're gonna fucking put me in jail for 20 years. I can't do jack shit over here, So I'm just have to lay low.
We don't have this anymore. It's just mainstream media.
Right.
That's really the end, kind of. Nobody's getting even the information from TikTok or whatever of people on boots on the ground and the community. And I mean, once that's gone, damn, you don't know what's going on.
Right. Yeah.
Like you said, it's waking up people. All of this, it's backfire, because people are just seeing it that something is wrong. And just yesterday, I went to my friend's house, and they're not like into truth or anything, but my friend and his girlfriend told me, just, did you know that they could control the weather? Wait, something. Yes, I've been talking about it for a long time, but people just have to look for it for themselves to know. So, they found out, and now they're just asking questions everywhere. So
it's nice to hear that.
Yeah,
people like that. I have friends like that too, and then all of a sudden they're saying some stuff. I'm like, yeah, heard that. So,
RC is tuning in. Hey, man.
Yeah, RC.
Gentlemen, ladies, how's it going? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you. Welcome.
I'll just sit by and listen for a little bit. But,
sure.
One quick question. Yeah. Has anybody checked out Max Egan? Do you know the name? Max Egan.
Yes. I know the name, but it's been a while.
Yeah, I've heard the name.
Yeah, he's been around for bunch of years. I followed him 10 years, and I watched most of his videos, and I dug into his philosophies, if you will, and he he spoke at universities across the world, practically Canada, United States. Eventually, he came to a stop, but it's funny because they had the same incident in Australia with their forest fires, that everything just burned to the ground, literally. and he stated that it was some kind of energy weapons. And the government went at him hard. And they tried to stop him, whatever. But he's still on. They threw him off of YouTube, but he still pops up on the feed. He just doesn't, he gets censored a lot.
Right.
And over the years, like, none of this is making any sense to me, but I know it does make sense. This is the power that be, doing what they want, whenever they want. Okay, they have the power to do that. In the last 7 years, I'm actually glad that most people are bringing it up, the subject matter. And we're starting to really see and wake up to the fact that everything they tell us, of course, is a lie, just total BS. But I think we're on the right track.
Yeah,
we're scaring them. They're realizing they no longer can control us like they did for, whether it be 100 years or 500 years or 1,000.
Right.
You know, so I think they're getting nervous. My thing is, when it comes to this fire, where was the Navy? Where was the Coast Guard? I mean, they got fire boats that could have showed up at least on the shores.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And to see an engine melt.
Right.
Come on, that is incredible.
Right. It's a dense, fucking, huge ass clump of metal. You don't melt that with a wildfire, guys. You don't.
Exactly.
You don't. I mean, shit. It's so obvious, and I think also as well there are so many people awake now, and they are getting desperate and terrified in the same time, because they want to, like, hey, we're gonna make smart cities, but majority of people don't want it. Matter, you know, even if you're like a regular guy, or if you're like a deep thinker, whatever, we don't want it. They want to go cashless. Most people don't want it. Some do, of course. Yeah, I can pay with my phone or my hand or my fucking ball sack. I don't care. But you know, we don't want that, right? We don't want.
They're just trying to make it easy. They're just trying to make it easy.
Right. So you know, even every fucking banknote in this country here says this is legal tender for all public and private debts. So it's illegal for them to not accept it, actually. So that's I haven't really gone to any places that don't take cash anymore, because I prefer using cash, because, you know, the money don't disappear in the same way as with the credit card. There is like a 3.70% extra fee you have to pay to compensate for the money they get when you buy stuff. So, you know, a $10 bill will always be a $10 bill. So that's why I use cash and shit. But if you show them that little text on the note, I don't know if they can really not take it anymore. I don't know, but shit, don't go places that don't take cash. It's very important for our freedom of being able to still use our money the way we want to, and not go into this fucking new digital bullshit currency, because then they are in control of what you do. So you know, take out cash, whatever, and use it, please. And don't support this fucking self-checkout, no cash, whatever businesses. Go somewhere else, you know, or don't buy it. Figure it out.
Yeah. And buy things that you know that other people will want to for trade, you know, because when the cash is gone, that's the only thing you will have left.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So you know what happened to me this afternoon, Yoakum? I had sent you and Chapu a few things. Can you hear me?
Yeah, so we can hear you now. Hey, good to hear your voice. Hey, welcome.
I guess my mic was off. I got out of the show and came back, and then it was all right. Okay. But anyways, I've been sharing as many of these videos, like the ones you've been showing, you know, all over the place. So I went to share a new one. I couldn't share it because this is what happened. Now, this is the second time it's happened to me. I was doing it on my phone just because it's quicker on my phone, right?
Right.
So I went to share it in Messenger first, right? And my phone in my hand went completely black. It was just completely turned black. It's the second time it's happened in about a month now when I was sharing something. And I couldn't shut it on or off. I couldn't do anything. It was just a black screen. There was no warnings, no nothing. And the phone's not that old. So I put it down. I plugged it in, and it was about a 60% charge already, but I plugged it in to, put it on the charger. And about 5 minutes later, I heard it come on. And there's a note across the middle that says, something went wrong.
Oh my God.
It's the second time it's happened to me when I've tried to share a controversial video of something.
Right.
So what the hell, right?
That's fucked. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's fucked.
And usually I don't try to share. I don't really share a lot on Facebook, like with you click share and then in the messenger thing. But yesterday I did. I shared my own post to like 7 people or something. And I'm like, okay, yeah, because I gotta share it, because otherwise very few people see my stuff on Facebook sometimes. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna send you here so you can watch this shit. So I pick out my people, send it or whatever, and then I go into my messenger app, and then nothing is there. I didn't really send it, so it didn't work. It didn't send. And I have here Wi-Fi and shit, there is internet, and there's no like lag or delay or anything. The internet here is perfectly fine. So, why does that happen? That's their kind of
question,
way
Yeah.
Right. That's their way of silencing and not making this shit go
well, like there. When I try to go on, when Jen and Shapu are on, I still never get notifications, Shapu. And so I'm shadow banned or some damn thing. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
Right.
And then by the time I sit down, like after supper and stuff, and start going on YouTube and looking, then I see you've been on already for like 82 minutes. I'm like, what? I never get the notifications.
Yeah.
Nope.
I don't know.
Somebody doesn't like me.
Yeah, guys. So that's why it's important to at least attempt to share specifically. I mean, get the link out there so people can click it, because notification don't work. Sometimes you can't even share it. Then you have to go in the DMs directly or whatever and spam it down your chat, and just get it out there, because people don't see the shit otherwise, because that's the way of censoring and preventing information from getting out. Because there's so many now. I mean, I feel like they can't just delete everything anymore, because there's so many.
Yeah, there's so many.
Yeah, that would cause the opposite effect. So they're trying to make so no people see your stuff anymore. I mean, shit. On Instagram, I can post a little silly meme with truth, and I can get like so much response here. So here I posted one the 1st of August, and I got like 500 comments, and a whole fucking bunch of like reactions. Not that I care about it, but it gives like you can see that okay, people see this shit, and they're like, oh, they engage with it. And then the next one I show like a really good melted evidence, and then it's like 100 likes, and then it's like they don't see it. It doesn't come out there. So that's the new way of censoring, I guess. So share it out, please. Just put the links everywhere.
Yeah, as much as you can.
Exactly. Yeah, and post photos and questions and shit about this, so people can't avoid thinking about it, because people are like, I don't want to think. Well, make them think. Make them see this shit all the time. Just post it out there.
I don't like to. I never watch the local news. The regular, mainstream media stuff. But Marty likes to put it on in the morning for the weather. Now the weather's never right, anyways, when they give it. But he wants to do it, so we put it on for the weather. Yeah. And I listened this morning, and 2 different times. One was at like 8 o'clock this morning, and then one at noontime. The news, right? The weatherman was 2 different guys. And the first guy, I really listened to when he said it. He said, well, today's weather is set up this way.
Really?
I thought, well, maybe I heard him wrong. I must have heard something wrong, me. So then I listened again, and he's yakking about something. And I looked up, I'm having my coffee, and I look up, and he said, and the way that it's set up is the storm is going to be blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, why does he keep saying the word set up? It's just odd, it's set up. Everything's all set up. The same thing happened at noontime on purpose. Now I said, I'm putting the news on. I want to hear the weather. Same thing happened. It was a different guy giving the weather. He used the same kind of phrases twice when he said, the clouds are set up in this pattern today. And I'm like, holy shit, everything's a setup, right? It's just crazy.
Yeah.
And then all of this horrendous stuff in Hawaii, stuff melting down to ash. It's like the melted buildings from whatever happened in the previous round. Same thing all over again.
Right. It's all in plain sight, and that's their way of like telling us that it's fake. All weather, guys. If you didn't know, it's all fake. It's all set up.
Yeah.
It's all scripted. It's scripted, and sometimes they have to like say that and do something else, so we don't understand eventually that, hey, how can they be right every time? On this supposed spinning ball and shit. Like, how can I predict this shit? How can you predict weather a week from here on a spinning random ass ball in space? How can you do that?
Yeah, I know. You can't.
You can't.
Absolutely everything is controlled.
Yeah.
Right. Everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's nuts. And we didn't, none of us are probably however long, let's say the last cataclysm was, nobody invented anything. We just got it from what was left over. That's what it seems like. It's crazy.
Can I chime in real quick?
Yes, of course.
Okay, I disagree with not watching the news stories or the news channels. They watch us.
Right.
So therefore, it's important for us to watch them.
Mm.
Because when they do things and we're not watching, that's how they get away with it. And then the rest of us, people start posting stuff and, wow, I never saw that, or I didn't hear about this, and that. I don't watch the news, I do more YouTube than anything else.
Right.
I do Rumble. My thing is that we got to keep an eye on them because they're definitely watching all of us, listening to us, spying on us. When they put out stuff, these people have been known to put stuff out at 3:00 in the morning on the news. Like you take New York City, we got news channels all night long. And they say things that they never say during the daytime, which is weird. Not to me, it ain't.
Right.
But I go, wow, 3:42 in the morning, and you're talking about this. But then when you go look at the daytime news, you don't hear anything. And like you guys are saying, that they have to put it out. They put it out. The thing is, they put it out normally when most of us are sleeping or passed out drunk on a Friday night or Saturday night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is how they do it, you know? And people say, why do you watch them? Oh, they suck, CNN, whatever. My thing is
to
again,
analyze,
you have to analyze what they're saying and how they say it.
Good
and
point,
people
man.
say, I don't understand what you're saying, RC. You keep saying the delivery, the language. I said, well, let me give you a perfect example. Our president, when he first walked into office, right? And then the Ukraine happened. What did he say? And again, it was the delivery of his language. The manipulators, whatever you want to call them, criminals, crooks, thieves, murderers. He turns around and says, we got to do something to help the Ukraine because we get 90% of the world's grain comes out of the Ukraine. My thing is, how many people took the time to just say, let me look that up to see if it's true.
Right.
And if they did, and that's the way I operate. I go, wow, 90%? Little country like that. First thing that screamed out to me was, okay, let me go look it up. And then I said, okay, who produces the most grain around the world? United States, China, and Russia. That's it.
Yeah.
Then I go to the source. What did he use as the source? The Ukraine. So I looked that country up and I said, okay, this country is only 600,000 square miles. Am I to believe that everybody, and mathematically, if everybody in the Ukraine was a farmer, mathematically it's impossible to create enough grain for the entire planet. Mathematically, it's not possible. They don't have enough territory. They don't have enough farms, this and that. Now, inside of Russia, in combination with the United States and China, yes, that's possible. And even with those three superpowers, they come up short. Or do they? We don't know. Maybe it's manipulative. Maybe it's a lie to raise up prices. And again, it's all about money at the end of the day. They turn around and they use the equations. I said, okay, So the Ukraine is only 5 times bigger than Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is 100 miles long and 35 miles wide. That's not a large piece of land. And they can say all they want. Then lie number 2. And we got to help our ally. How many people bothered to look that up? The Ukraine was never our ally. They were Russia's ally. They were under communist rule at one time. Yes, they received that Sabatin. My thing is that people don't look at the information when politicians, not only in the United States, but worldwide, when they start speaking, is it true of what they're saying? And again, this is what I call the delivery of the language, the deception in the language, the manipulation, the lie. But most people won't even bother to look it up. Hey, is that true? This and that. And I tell people a lot of times, mathematically, you have to use that into the equation. It makes no damn sense. That little country cannot possibly mathematically feed the entire world. We're talking close to 8 billion people, or maybe we already passed that number. It's not possible. And this is what's wrong with when it comes to the educational system worldwide. The curriculum is taught in a way where they tell you, this is the facts, this is how it is. And they know that most of us, all we do is follow. Who do we follow? The people that are teaching us this education. But then again, is that education 100% factual? And of course, we all know the answer to that. It's absolutely not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Right, man.
Yeah, that's how the news works, they tell people stuff, and if you don't look at it, it's your fault, and that's how they use people. People just look at it and go on with their day,
Yeah.
Just do what they're told to do, right?
They don't have time to do anything else. Most of them, they're so engulfed in work and even family, and just a couple of days on the weekend or something to do something. And all they have time to do is flip on that tube, and well, I'm just going to go with that because I don't have time to research it or I don't feel like it. And then just do the same thing over and over.
Right now, as I sit here, I got my computer going. I got 2 phones. If you guys speak about something and you bring something up, and I say to myself, wow, I never heard about that, I'll grab my second phone, and you know what I do? I type it in, and I'm like, I never heard about this. Let me see if I can get some information. And I go there, and I go, wow, I didn't know that. Right. We don't know everything, and that's a fact. A human can't possibly know everything. But again, we have all these electronics. Most of these electronics today are cheap. Okay? It is what it is. Just look it up. I mean, what's it going to take just to look it up?
Right.
I'm different. I'm already up in my late 60s. I don't believe anybody anymore. Okay? For the most part.
Right.
I'm going like, wow.
I have you beat. I'm the old lady of the bunch. I'm 70.
Okay, you got me. I'm around the corner. I'll be there soon.
Pretty soon, right?
But anyway, my thing is that when I look at humans in general, and the colors that they love to use racism,
right?
They like to use whatever. My thing is, I tell people in the chat, I said, listen, do you know that right now, in every country on the face of the earth has a population, in other words, the people in their prospective society, there's always 2 groups or 3 groups who can't get along. And in these 2 or 3 groups, they're willing to kill each other. I said, move forward. Want a perfect example? Ukraine. These people, they're not blacks and Russians or Russians and Spaniards. No, these are the same race of people who lived side by side when Russia was in control of that country. All of a sudden, they get their sovereignty, and now here comes the headaches from people. Well, I got a great idea, and we should do this, and we should do that. And they're willing to kill each other off of these principles? And I'm going like, and people don't realize that the powers that be will utilize these arguments, and then they'll go in, they say, okay, let's pick a side to our benefit. So what are we here for? What's important? Can we steal their resources if they have any, et cetera, et cetera? And then the chaos begins. And then boom, we have a war. We have a conflict. We have this, we have that. It was amazing to me when they said 51 nations signed up to go against Russia because of the Ukraine. Question, did 51 nations go against the United States when they invaded Iraq, Afghanistan, Vietnam? Did they? See, we present ourselves like we're the police of the world. I don't want to be the police of the world.
Right.
My thing is, your country's your country. You people have intelligence. You want to run your country your way? You should be allowed to, especially when we're saying things like, we need to protect their sovereignty. Okay, so then what are we doing there? I mean, seriously. And they're telling the rest of the world, hey, man, just get the hell out. I mean, seriously.
Right.
Why are we doing this? It got nothing to do with the territories, got nothing to do with their countries, their sovereignty. It's got to do with greed.
Right.
That's it. Greed.
Yeah.
Follow the money.
Right. Always.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
But anyway, I did enough talking.
The root of all evil.
I love your input, RC, and I appreciate you coming in here, and very well said, and thank you for sharing that with the audience and the people listening in here, because you're a man of knowledge, clearly, and you know your shit. So it's cool to have you on here and speak your mind and just share it out. Yeah, because it's all true. It's all resonating with me. And
because when you popped up, right, and it's been about, I would say, close to 3 years.
Something
I
like
said
that.
to myself, wow, this guy's onto something. Man, I started watching your videos and I'm going like, wow. This is, and then again, this is how we connect dots with other territories around the globe. This is how we connect the dots with the different entities, which leads back to what? Money, greed, taking over stuff, this and that. I told a friend of mine just a couple of weeks ago, and he looked at me, he says, where do you get all this? Like, and I said, no, people are talking about recess, correct? He goes, yeah, we went through this. Okay. I said, let's go to World War II. He goes, World War II, but this is 2020. No, let's go to World War II. I said, we had superpowers fighting. We had a couple of monsters, I call them. Hitler was one of them. Then you got the nut job in the Pacific called Japan. And they were going around doing what? Taking territory, eating it up, killing people. They didn't care who they killed. But at the end of the day, when it was all over and everybody decided to say, hey, man, we got to cut this shit out. Or was it planned that way? How many people died in World War II? And I told people, think about it. And then they go, well, what's your point? My point is, when it was all said and done, who gave the right to the United States and Russia? Hey, you know what? Okay, it was a good fight. Now it's over. Listen, we're going to take over these little, and I use the word little because they're small territory. Not that they're little in thinking or education or whatever. But if you think about when they took over, who gave these two superpowers the right to split up a bunch of countries? Hey, Russia, we're going to keep Europe, and we're going to split Germany into 4 parts. People think that the United States and Russia controlled Germany. No, it was actually split into 4. A lot of people don't know that. Britain took a piece of it. And what did they do? They ran the people out, told them, now you got to go. Oh, excuse me, last I checked, this is my country. No, you got to get out because we're taking over this little piece here. But at the end of the day, How many countries did Russia wind up with? How many countries did the United States wind up with? It's almost like they just said, okay, you take half of these countries, we're going to take the other half. And then what do they do afterwards? Oh, we're going to help rebuild. Rebuild for what? For who? They took all these countries and they industrialized them.
Right.
They turned them into slaves, even though they said, oh, no, but you got a job now. We're helping you rebuild this and that, whatever, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
And then, you go to China. What you think China's been doing all these years? Taking over territory. Now, the question of the day is, and I'll ask you gentlemen here, and of course the lady, am I wrong for thinking the way I think? And I'll tell you how I think. I believe the three superpowers are working together. Yep. Is that far-fetched?
I think everybody's working together, basically.
Because they talk about global domination.
Right.
Yeah.
One superpower cannot accomplish that by themselves.
Right.
2, maybe. 3, it's a done deal. And the reason why I say this, things that happen across the world at different times. Somalia got attacked by the U.S. by way of drones. Does anybody know that China cut a deal with Somalia going back to 2007?
No, I had no idea. No.
You see, and you can look it up and it's there. By 2013, China says, we're investing here, this and that, whatever, and they're helping them extract oil. They said that in part of the deal, they're going to help their infrastructure, rebuild their infrastructure. Meanwhile, the U.S. is attacking somebody in Somalia, but it's not China they're attacking. And then the thing is, this was kept out of the media. And when it was finally let go, it was about 5 months later, I have to say to myself, why didn't China mention that? And why did the U.S. not say anything? So my thing is, are they working together? One has to think like,
right.
They're in one country, they attack something, nobody knows what they attacked, but they did it. And it was confirmed. And I'm saying to myself, but China didn't say anything? You see, this is...
I think all the leaders everywhere in the whole realm are all basically working together. They're all puppets.
Right.
By something else. They're all on the same team, basically. That's plain and simple. I mean, it's so easy to see now.
And the little countries are the ones that suffer, right? Oh, what are they going to do? They only got 15 million people. They only got 20 million people. What are they going to do against Russia? Almost 200 million. What are they going to do with China? 1.5 billion. What are they going to do to the United States? Over 300 million. You see how that works?
Right.
So my thing is this what the superpowers are really about? We take stuff whenever we feel like it. And I use the word we. Because what's the common denominator? Oh, we hear stories like, oh, China's investing in Africa. So is Russia. This and that. Just recently, the African nations said, United States, we want you out. Why? Because the United States never did anything to really help them. But then again, the three superpowers operate the same way. They steal, they grab the resources. Sometimes they leave Afghanistan, Vietnam.
Yeah, they have to put you up to something, Sorry, because the everyday person doesn't want to go up front there and go there and shoot people and kill people. They have to have a motive, so they create some kind of war to make people want to go defend their so-called country to some kind. But nobody wants to do this. That's something that I never understand. Who the hell goes into these wars wanting to kill people to defend a country that never did something for you? I never
exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they don't do
That's
shit
the problem. Right. And when you come back, especially in this country, if you were there to fight their bullshit war based on lies and shit, come back here, you don't get jack shit. I mean, all the homeless people in this country,
Yeah.
I see them a lot. So, if you're not aware, I'm from Norway, and I moved over here in December last year, and it's very different. I mean, it's a whole transition to kind of see, and in a way, I like it because I can see reality more. Because in little Norway, there's 5.4 million people, and everybody's happy. Everybody's like okay, and there is like we're not involved with wars and shit a lot, and it's kind of like. And then I come into here and I see these big problems all over the place, and how different it is. And it's very good for me, for my development, to see that is coming back in, to see reality up close. Because I lived over there and stuff, and then all this crazy shit in America is happening, and now I can see it with the front seat, and I think that's good for me, and I'm glad I did it, and to be a part of this shit, and do my thing over here, and it's good. So I'm not gonna shit talk my brother, but I have 3 brothers, and one of them is not as aware as the 2 others, and me, of course. And I told him about this Hawaii thing that's going on, and what he said was, I don't care. That's on the opposite side of the fucking whatever globe, or it doesn't affect me or whatever shit. We're all in this shit together, and this illusion of countries. That's what's separating us. Like, okay, so if you live in this country and there's a fucking disaster right there, that's your neighbor, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you should care, because someday it happens to you, and then.
Yeah.
Are they not gonna care? Would that be nice? So care, guys. When evil happens, and when attacks and wars and shit happens, and people suffer, lose all their shit, and die, then you should care, guys, because people shouldn't be killed here, unless, of course, they're of the parasitic kind. Then I guess but regular people don't deserve to be killed by other people. Unless you make you deserved to it, right? So, care, guys. That's
That's the whole plan of like a plantation anyway, of its borders.
Right.
You're keeping people here and here and here, and like, okay, we're safe in this plantation over here, but they're pretty bad. We're not going to worry about it. It's all a plantation-based system.
Right. So many times you can cross a country border on the map, but when you see there's no fucking border or anything. It's like a map, and somebody had a stick and drew a line in the sand, and like, okay, that's gonna be that project and experiment, whatever. And over here, it's gonna be something else, whatever. And these people here, they're gonna fight these people here, even though on the land it looks exactly the fucking same. I mean, shit. And then you have, like, again, the skin colors and the belief systems, politics, all that stuff. It shouldn't be separated. We people, normal fucking people like you and me, we have to get together somehow and fight this big force against us here. That's what we need to do. So we need to stop with this small-minded divide and conquer nonsense that's going on with whatever race you are, or whatever you are, or whatever you do.
The biggest one, the religion. It's
religion is a big one. Christianity and Muslims is the 2 biggest ones, and they will go physically to war and kill each other. And then the religions mean the same. It's just different names on the characters, basically. I mean, it's nonsense. They believe in the same creator in the sky, whatever you call it. That's good, and it can be bad, whatever. But it's a very specific, molded thought pattern. It's not free thinking, because you're told how to think. So even if you're Christian and a good people, good, but you're still thinking in a very molded, like, here, think like that. not be open to figure it out, because I mean, creator, I can believe in a creator, but this sky guy and stuff, I I don't do that, because it's like too molded in there, and it's too big. It's a whole thing. They have churches, and they're all pedophiles and shit. I don't want to be a part of that. So for me, it's not a thing. But if there is an all-loving creator, I'm all in for it. But it's different. I think we're all part of this creation and God energy, and we're not separated from it, because the way religion is presented is like, okay, there's the master there, and you have to like fucking suck his toes or something, right? That's the way it's presented, and I don't do that. I don't do that. If there is a loving creator that like helps us and does, okay, cool, that's fine. Because there's obvious design here. There is intelligent design. There's not a cosmic accident and spinning rocks, and tomorrow there could be an asteroid and we die like the fake dinosaurs and shit. So intelligent design, I'm all in for it, but it's not in the religion. We have to figure it out and learn to figure it out.
Right, and like towards religion, and I said this a few times, but I mean, just read any book, okay? If you just grab any book, no matter what it is, do you want somebody else telling you what that book means? Well, why can't you just read the book and figure out for yourself whatever you want to figure out? So that's where the deception comes in big time. I mean, the books or whatever books that maybe have deception in it, but you can figure it out. But then you have somebody else telling you what they think, right? And then and then that's what the separation creates. As far as everybody, I hate that, person that likes that book, or I hate, they're going to wherever because they believe that, and it's just really because they're listening to somebody else, interpretate the book that is just there, and we don't even know where it really came from. So that's just my take on it.
Yeah.
No different than a game of chess, right, gentlemen, ladies?
Right.
Yeah.
I tell people, they say, why do you use the chessboard every time you trying to? Well, if you think about the chess game, it has a king, a queen, or you can call it a dictator and a henchman, or you can call it whatever you want. And they have castles, which represents what? The house, lower house, upper house. What people don't understand is that in most countries, they have two houses. Chess game has two houses, or two castles, as they like to refer. I said, but people don't understand. Why is there a religious piece on a chessboard?
Right.
And they don't get it. And, well, because, I mean, seriously, what does the religious piece on a chessboard do? But who are the rest of us? We are the pawns. Then you have a queen, a king, or president and first lady. And then you have the knight, and you have the bishop, and you have this. But we're the ones in the middle. And we're siding with another government or power or country, as you will. And then who gets slaughtered? We do. And that's why the pawn can only go forward or side while doing what? Murdering something. A piece is a chess game. But what is the object of the game? You got to take out the opponent. And we do this back and forth in a game.
Right.
While at the same time having a piece called the bishop, a religious representation to what? The rest of us? Like we're a bunch of murderers and thieves, etc., etc. In all religion around the world, there is hypocrisy, straight up. You go to the Middle East, the Khomeini, oh, that's right, we're going to fight. And then you got, and I try to tell people, look at it this way. In the Middle East, you have Sunni and you have Shiite. They read the same book, ladies and gentlemen, and they kill each other, and they hate each other, and they think the other side is better than the other side. You want proof that we did the same thing as Christians? Go to our recent history, Northern Ireland, Protestant against Catholic. Y'all don't get it? And they read the same Bible.
Right.
But who forces these people to go out there and kill and say, just like the United States, we're a Christian nation and we got to help all these countries around the world? Excuse me? How about we allow them to take care of their own, whether it be dysfunctional behaviors or they can't get along? Let them kill each other to the point where there's nobody standing. Why do we have to partake in a country whose religion does not match as ours, and we have different belief system, but yet we want to go tell these people how to what?
Yeah.
Kill each other's? Help kill each other's? Help how to take care of, take over, have somebody else or try to teach them, we're going to teach you how to take over your own country. Excuse me? How about we just leave and let them take care of their own damn affairs?
Yeah.
And then again, at the end of the day, we got the audacity to say we are a Christian nation when we're willing to send hundreds of thousands of soldiers to go kill other people that we know nothing about, or their religion for that matter.
Exactly, man.
Major indoctrination. That's what,
exactly.
That's why people sign up.
Yep.
If we didn't vote, if nobody voted and didn't sign up for the military industrial complex, I mean, talk about government going down. They have their own entities as far as the U.S. IRS and then the FBI and all that, CIA. But I mean, where are you at without the military? And does the military protect you? No, they don't protect you. Did you see what happened in 9-11?
Yep.
There was nobody helping because they were doing it, but I won't get any more on that. But
yeah, how they used to be called, it wasn't the Department of Defense, before it was the Department of War, but they found like it looks too much like we're making war, but that's what they really do. So they changed it to the Department of Defense just to look better, but they still did war everywhere. So they play on words, and that's just their game. It's crazy.
Yeah, words are things. Words can cast spells and everything else. It's just crazy.
The U.S. has the most military bases around the world, like 100, and I don't even know. So it's well over 100. It's the mob. They're just controlling everything, and then turn everything to shit. But hey, guys, I got to run. Yoko, man, I appreciate it. Back in, but I got to run for a while. So
Hey, real quick, I'm sorry I didn't get your name and where you're from.
I'm Mark, our Melted Reality. If you want to check out my channel, great talk, well said words, RC. But yeah, check my channel out if you want to. Good stuff. And
all right, yeah, I'm gonna because
I'm gonna link it.
Yeah, I've watched you before
in the chat.
Yeah, I think so. I think I've seen you before, but man, it's I can't even remember Joachim's name or Shapu sometimes, even Patty's. Anyway, all right, guys, love y'all. I'll see y'all.
Yeah, good, man. Take care. Have a good rest of your evening and weekend.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah, but anyway, from the dumps of New York City.
I'm from Massachusetts. Massachusetts, yeah.
Yeah, I'm the not U.S. one. I'm the Canadian, so.
Oh, Canada.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Where it's burning again, so
it's burning there
it's burning again,
for months and months now, and
now they burned the other country, the other part of the country, like in BC and Northwest Territories. They have evacuated like 20,000 natives because they all target the natives. They want them to come in the cities,
Right. Yep. That's all it is,
In other words, keep an eye on the troublemakers.
Yeah. Right.
Exactly.
And meanwhile, nobody's looking for trouble. We just want to be left alone.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
You don't want any of this shit. So that's what they're doing. I mean, that's the main purpose of this whole Hawaii attack, to start a smart city. They need to start it up somewhere and test it out and shit. So an island is a good place to begin, right? But the people didn't want it, and this is what happens. You get sapped, and you have all these fires all over the place. I mean, I don't know if it's saved that on Instagram, but there is like, they showed a video of a supposed satellite video of all the fires. So I can't really no, I didn't save that. Or sometimes I save stuff that I want to like keep, and then it's not on my saves.
Does it disappear anymore. Does it disappear?
Yeah, when I save it for later. Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's good. I'm gonna show this to my wife, or post it somewhere. I need this for later, and then I go back. I know I'm very aware of when I save shit, and then it's like it's not there. So I'm like, did I save it? I mean, I saved it, right?
No, you did.
Yeah, but it's not fucking there. The good shit.
One time I was on a show with Jen and Shapu, and I was showing evidence, melted brick buildings and old world style stuff, and found some interesting stuff about it. And my entire file that I had in my library on that one particular location, gone. I never found it.
Wow.
Gone. It's just gone. Huh.
That's how much control they have over our devices and our shit. We want to preserve. So I started like saving shit to my actual hard drive, and I do have like an external one here that you have to plug in. So if I put shit on here, there's no way they can delete it, right? So I mean, we got to start doing that kind of stuff, because just clicking like save post, that's not secure anymore, because they can manipulate and delete that. So you need to actually download it. And if you need to download like an Instagram video or Facebook video, just Google download Instagram video or whatever. You find a website, you put in the link of the post you want to download, and you download it, and you can save it to your actual like device, like computer or whatever, and have it there, because it's not enough anymore to just save it like that. Tons of your posts, Shapu, too. I save them when I see them. Like, oh my god, you post some good melted buildings, and then, it's like, hey, shit, where is this shit? Because I'm very aware of this save thing, because sometimes I'm in this room and my wife is over there, and I'm like, okay, I'm on my phone scrolling and stuff, and then I save it because I want to show her whatever she's doing over there, busy, and I'm busy here researching and stuff, and then it's gone. So it's fucked up how they do it. So we got to preserve and back up, and the best we can do is like I said, back up stuff on these things, and they are cheap. They're cheap now. This is 1 terabyte. It's like, I don't even know what I paid for it back in Norway, but a terabyte comes a long way, and it's probably like $30 or something, and that's a lot of stuff you can have not connected or not a part of a corporate social media or anything. So protect our evidence and videos and stuff, because things just disappear. And also like 2 weeks ago or something, then suddenly 2-3-year-old videos of my YouTube channel, good videos too with tons of views, just disappeared because of medical false information. They just like, okay, now 3 years later you're gonna take that down. Why? Why? That was 2 of my good popular videos, that went around and shit. So why you do that 3 years later, when this boogeyman in the air is gone, long gone? Nobody cares about that anymore. And apparently, yes, about that too, they're talking about a new
I saw
variant and whatever bullshit they're gonna try.
I know.
I don't know if it's gonna work this day, but or again. But that's what I wanna do, maybe, and stuff. So don't be surprised if you see people with cheap shit again smeared all over their.
I already have been seeing people like that. Still in the supermarket, there's some people doing that. I go to a class on Wednesday nights till like 9 o'clock at night, 9:30. I get home, and there's 2 people that come to the class, and they're covered. It's crazy. And they talk in the class. I don't know what the fuck they're saying. I can't understand them.
Imagine still doing that, guys. I mean,
Unreal.
damn, that's next level brainlessness. I mean, this is it's 3 years ago. I mean, shit, man, breathe. It's
Exactly. Exactly. And Harcy mentioned a good thing about the numbers, for these 2 years, the numbers don't add up, and nobody just look at
Nobody
these
questions
numbers
it.
that they were giving us every day. These numbers. What?
Yeah, it's like, check this out, guys.
Yeah.
I look in New York City, right? In the beginning, they said 10,000 were dead.
Yeah.
Well, first they started off with 3,000. Then it went up to 6,000. Then it went up to 9,000. Then it went up to 12,000.
Yeah.
My thing is, I haven't seen not one story of a family coming out and saying, I'm going to sue the governor of New York State. I'm going to sue the mayor. I'm going to sue the government. Because supposedly these 12,000 individuals went upstate and were transported out of the city, supposedly, to stop the spread, because we got 8 million people in New York City. Yeah. So they shipped them up to New York State to citizen homes, like senior homes. And then they show one truck supposedly full of bodies. I'm like, I didn't see any bodies. I saw a U-Haul truck parked in the middle of nowhere. That says nothing to me. Number two, I haven't heard a news story of a family saying, what happened to my loved one? What happened to my mother, my father, my sister, my aunt, my uncle, my brother, my sister? Nothing. Nobody spoke about suing the city. And then Donald Trump sent the medical ship, and they gave millions of dollars to set up a triage place at the pier in downtown Manhattan, 3,500 beds. And all they had was like maybe 100 customers. And I don't want to make that sound, unconcerning, but the hospital ship itself, they never maxed out at 100. So they left. But they kept pushing the narrative. People dying everywhere. And I'm saying to myself, where?
Yeah. I was looking the whole time during this shit, like, where are these fucking people dying and stuff? And there was no like videos and no stories. And through my social media, I know a lot of people, and there is no like nobody talking about their people dying from the boogeyman, but they die from other things like this, like that. So shortly after that started, like, okay, they do one, they do two, and then the third, and then suddenly 5 days later, then they die. And then, they're still calling us crazy and stuff for like pointing this shit out. We knew all along, like, hey, don't do that, because you don't really want to make a corrupted government put something in you that you don't know anything about. It's rushed, and you shouldn't have done that, but they do it. The sad part is the intention is good, but it's like it's still not optimal, because you don't need to do that to survive these things. We gotta trust immune systems and all that. So what can you do now? They're like, what's gonna happen when in like a few years and whatever, people still gonna die, people are sick, and yeah, that's all there is to it. And now we're gonna play pretend that nothing happened the last couple of years. And all the people that told you to do it and didn't invite you to your family's Christmas or whatever, now you're just gonna be like friends and stuff. I mean, keep reminding these people, because now they know we're right, and now they're gonna lie even and say they didn't take it, even though they did. So be careful about that, guys, because now they know, like, oh shit, but they're gonna shut up about it, and
I have friends that unfriended me. I don't give a shit about that anyways, but unfriended me, won't talk to me. If I see them, they walk the other. All over that was ridiculous. One of them's come around since, and I'm like, hey, do whatever you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
They forget. They want us to forget.
Yeah. Oh no, we're not gonna forget, guys.
No.
Shit.
I can forgive, but I don't forget.
Right. Right. Yeah,
You know?
that's the thing. Yeah. So huge
gotta learn
difference
something
there.
from it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So, shit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy out there, guys.
Yeah. A lot of people, just by even all of the other people doing to themselves, they kill themselves for this because of how other people treated them, because they didn't want to do this, and all around the people just, you need to do it or it's gonna be hell, you're gonna die, and people were really scared, about this. They scared so much people with this, because some people really trust the the medical thing and the academia, and they put their trust in all of them, and they just it's just, I don't want to even think about
I know.
It's crazy.
Right. Yeah, so the whole like hospitals and stuff, that's death temples. At the end of it, it's all like the biggest, like the mass murderers and serial killers are really the doctors prescribing all this different like medications and pills people are on, and especially in this country. I mean, just the whole health issue in this country. Me from Norway coming here, and I see like people very, very unhealthy, and they have drive-through fucking pharmacies here because they can't even walk in there and get whatever shit they need. And I saw once there was one car, because we had to get like penicillin because my wife got like an ear infection, and that's fair, that's different, but we had to like fix that shit, and then there was the drive-through, like the window over there, and one car had like 9 prescriptions of whatever. So they make people are hooked on it, and it's never gonna fix your core issue. These pills are never gonna fix your core issue. Your issue is lifestyle and the stuff you eat, and I'm very aware of the stuff I eat in this country, and we read all the ingredients and stuff. I don't even know if you can trust it, like, oh, that's good. But I don't even, they can probably put whatever the hell they want on there, so but at least I can see like they have fucking all these natural flavors, artificial flavors, synthetic colors, FDNC red 40, and fucking aluminum phosphate and stuff. I don't want to eat aluminum and shit. So it's difficult sometimes when you want something and you shop for it, and then you see, okay, there's three brands that make this product you want, and they're all shit. There is like the ingredients list is this tall.
Yeah.
For a fucking simple whatever bread or something, it's like this many things in a bread that should be only like that.
Yeah.
Just like 5 things or something. So that's what I noticed the biggest difference in this country. The amount of unhealthy people, and the food industry, the shitty food products, and apparently like knee replacement surgery is common. That's a normal thing here in this country, because the knees can't support their weight, because they never walk, because they can't walk, so they drive everywhere. Drive through pharmacies, shitty fucking McDonald's, McDeath, whatever, so they don't have muscles to support that extra weight. We're not designed to be like that, and that's another war in itself. Not the weaponized food industry. I mean, all the food, it's cheap and it tastes good because it's made that way in the lab, and people get hooked on it, and then you eat that all your life, and then your whole life is ruined. It's such an evil circle. And I imagine as well, if you, I mean, I'm not shit talking fat people here, but if you turn into that, to me, I mean, that it's too late. How can you reverse that? I mean, of course, some people do it, but most people, I mean, the process of doing that is not just starting to eating different. You have to do all this exercise with knees that don't work, and all the pain, and all the, I mean, it's a whole ass fucking thing. And that's since I came here, I noticed that a lot. So guys, be aware of what you eat, and try to avoid this processed synthetic bullshit they put in there, because it's like it's a whole business killing you with that way. You shouldn't do that. I mean, I'm not perfect. I mean, I can have 3 cola bottles in a year, or I never go to Macbeth, but I can go to like a greasy burger joint sometime. But it's not a huge worldwide chain I go to. It's like a local little guy that has little. I'm not perfect. I mean, here I have wine. I know that's bad for me, but shit. I mean, but you know what I mean? Yeah. So.
Well, my mother lived to be 102. She died about a year and a half ago, but she used to always tell me, you can have everything, just in moderation.
In moderation, right? Yeah.
Right.
The
balance. Wine, right? You can have a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
It's good.
I'm not too bad right now. I'm having a good time with you guys. So.
Yeah, exactly. Your body, he can process anything, but if you put it too much, he just cannot. So he has to put it somewhere else. That's the problem.
Right. There's a whole ass thing with the sugar and the processing, and how it has to. I talked with my brother, my older one, on the phone today, and he's getting very aware of things, and I love to see that. And he's very into like food and diets and stuff, and he's like studying the body and the way it processes things, and how it stores it into this fat. What is it called? Fat, like this to store it, fat storage, I guess. And it takes like 18 hours or something before what you stored in there is starting to like disappear or something. So when you feed yourself all the time, when you eat all the time, because we live in this modern world where you don't have to hunt or farm or anything to eat. You just go to the store. So nobody have really been hungry before. And that breaks it down to the English language as well. The first meal of the day, they say, is the most important. Break fast. It's not. I function better if I don't eat as soon as I wake up. I do it sometimes, eggs and sometimes bacon and stuff. I mean, I believe in like eggs and animal diet sometimes and stuff. But fasting is good for you, because just processing the food you eat is a huge effort for your body in itself. So usually when you eat, you're gonna be like, you're getting like, hey, you gotta process all this shit. So if you start work at like 7, I mean, shit, eat at 12 or something for the first time. You gotta get used to it. It's a whole like transition into not eating as soon as you wake up and then go to work early, but you're not as tired, is what I figured out when you learn to like, hey, you can go through that, and eventually you're not really feel hungry anymore early if you just stop eating breakfast all the time, breaking the fast. That's my experience, though. People are different, but that's
the same was with me. I used to have these craving, these headaches, and these rage when I didn't eat. And after I fasted the first time and the second time, everything went away. And now I don't have these urge and these headaches or these like angry moment because I'm hungry. Not anymore. It's gone.
Yeah.
So it's the same.
Yeah, it's the same. So I think eating is like a huge physical addiction. I mean, we all need to eat sometimes and stuff, but we're like, it's too easily accessible, and it's all this processed nonsense, fake food like products and stuff. So we eat those all the time for years and years, and then you start to like not do it. Of course your body's gonna react on it like, hey, shit, and you're gonna feel bad for a while and stuff. But it's better to like practice and stop eating for one day and then see how that goes, and then you can eat the next day, and the next time you stop eating for 2 days, and then practice these things. Because if we're in this cataclysm going on now, then if at some point food is gonna be not as accessible, then you got to be used to not having food whenever you want to. And because you're a human, you can go fucking months without eating, really. The eating thing is just a like it's a drug, really. It's like it feels good to eat, it tastes good, and we do it just. I think we eat more than we really need to, just because of pure pleasure, really. I think so. So I like fucking good food. I'm a foodie, but I'm not. I'm normally built. I mean, I gained some pounds since I came here, but hey, that's normal, right? But I feel well in my avatar now and stuff, and I avoid stuff. I avoid fried stuff because it's seed oils in there. That's terrible for you. It's not natural. So if you're gonna have fried stuff, you gotta fry it in like tallow or something like that. And you can have olive oil, avocado oil, tallow, and stuff, but not the seed oils like the corn oils,
I use olive
sunflower
oil.
oils, and all that stuff. It's terrible for you guys. It's not natural. You can run an engine on that probably. It would
Yeah,
be
really.
yeah, right.
You can.
You're not a fucking combustion engine here, or like these pistons and shit. So you can probably change oil with corn oil, and it will be fine for a long time. Not even kidding. Yeah.
Ethanol is just
Ethanol, yeah.
it's
Right.
just corn oil. So
Right.
yeah, me too. I changed everything like butter and everything for like coconut oil now. So
Yeah.
I do everything in coconut oil, and
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. That's a much that's a good oil you can use. Yeah, coconut oil too. I forgot to mention that.
Some people don't like the taste of coconut oil, but you can find some that has less taste of coconut, so it's findable. Yeah.
But when you heat treat it, it doesn't really taste coconut to me.
No.
It doesn't. It's different. It's not like a coconut taste. It's not gonna make your steak or something taste coconut. No, it's not.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Hey,
Grass,
Guy.
but dairy butter. Yes.
Since you got to America, what do you think about the grocery stores we have here?
Well, in this area, there is one called Shop and Save. I think it's a Polish grocery store. It's pretty big, but the products, I mean, they make a lot of like in-house homemade stuff you can buy there with ingredients list on, and it's pretty healthy. Price is good, but of course they sell all the trash as everybody else. And but it is very different because once. The size of these fucking stores it's enormous. But of course, when there is like in this area like 7 million people, that's more than just Chicago area has like 7 million people, and Norway, the whole country, has 5.5 or something. So it's bigger than my country just here. But I mean, yeah. I don't know what to think about the grocery stores. We get what we need from there, but we have Walmart and stuff too. I mean, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah, it sure is.
That's a whole different realm. The people in there, and the self checkouts and stuff.
Oh.
So we prefer. There is Shop and Save in this area, and there's also one called Jerry Fruit and Garden or whatever, Jerry Produce or whatever. That's a very good store. There is amazing produce there. Prices are cheap. They take cash. There is no like self checkouts, and it's very like it's so busy there. Like people love Jerry's. So I'm making James hungry. So it's different. It's weird.
Yeah, I make him hungry.
So nice. You still got these small shops, these small grocery stores.
It's not a huge worldwide fucking chain. It's so they're still here in this area. So I'm lucky for that.
In my town, during the 2 years, man, they most of them closed up because they couldn't pay their rent or stuff. So you only got the big chains here left. So it's crazy.
And that was done by design. We all know that.
Oh yeah.
Right. And these self-checkout things too. There is so much theft going on now. Yeah. So that will make the prices just increase, guys. I mean, I hate the self-checkout because first of all, I don't work there. and second of all, I mean, why would you like replace this human interaction when you buy this thing from this business, and like, hey, there's a little bit of personality to it, like it's someone there, and all the jobs, people just like fucking, oh, you're fired now because a robot replaced you. I mean, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, precursor to just getting us used to these machines, because all of these machines have cameras now.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
The Walmart that's near me installed new self-checkout ones, and you're on camera. I did go through one last week, and I'm looking at myself in the camera. I'm like, what?
Right.
Yeah. And then as you're leaving, the guy's chasing me down and saying, I need to see your receipt. I need to see your receipt. You know what, buddy? If I had to check myself out, I know what I did. You don't need to see my receipt.
Right.
And, maybe one day when they see your face, you said, oh, no, you cannot make a transaction here.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. If your post get fact-checked or something, then you can't buy there for a week.
Yeah.
No food for you.
Yeah.
Or they stop you at the door and say, you are obsolete because you don't want to cooperate.
Right.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. That's all it's all about, guys. Shit.
Well, I live in New York City.
Yeah.
I'm about, if you know anything about the Apollo Theater.
Yes.
I'm about, about 6 blocks from here.
Mm-hmm.
So I live in a central West Harlem. I grew up in Spanish Harlem on the east side. We don't have Walmarts. We don't have Kmarts. We don't have whatever. We got nothing but hundreds of little tiny stores called bodegas. They're like little stores. And the majority of these stores, especially in the ghetto, all they sell is junk, trash. But you want potato chips, you'll probably find every potato chip bag that comes from every manufacturer across the world. Yeah, you want chips from it? Yeah, we got them. But when it comes to fruits and vegetables, it's at the supermarket. At the supermarket, most of the food there comes from elsewhere. And of course, I don't know what they spray it with, but it lasts for weeks. Who knows, months. I don't work in a supermarket, but I can just imagine. And we eat all that garbage.
Yeah.
We got no choice.
Right.
We eat what's available. And the prices have been going through the roof. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, crazy.
And again, this is all by design.
Right.
Look at this shit. This is a 7-Eleven. They sell poison all the time. So this is a... Can you see this shit?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So 7-Eleven Simply Tuna Salad Sandwich. Yellowfin and albacore tuna blended with reduced fat, mayonnaise, and sweet relish. Okay? I'm going to see the ingredients list.
Oh my God.
Okay. See here. Aluminum sulfate. And then there is like, where the fuck is it? Yeah, some of them contains, okay, hold on. There's like, contains less than 2% of whatever this is, that yellowfin tuna.
No, there it is.
Yeah.
Really
less than 2% of this tuna salad is tuna, and it's all this shit in there. I mean, guys, come on, read this shit. This is what you're eating. Why does a tuna salad have this? It should be fucking whatever the bread is made of, fucking whatever the mayonnaise is made of, and the fucking tuna. It should be like stopping here or something.
Yeah.
But it's this. So 7-Eleven sucks. They sell all this poison, and this can chill on the shelf for probably 4 months or something.
Yeah,
maybe more.
Really?
It's all preservatives and shit. It's not. It's fucked up.
and yet it says what? Natural mayonnaise.
Yeah, natural mayonnaise.
What? Natural mayonnaise?
No,
on here, yeah. I don't even know what all this. I just like I want to see this product sometimes. I was not like considering buying this. I just want to see, hey, because I love reading the ingredients. I just want to see, and I turn it around, and I'm like, oh my god, look at this. You know, I showed my wife, and she's like, oh my god, there's so much shit to put in here and stuff. So, you know, people got to be aware of this products that they sell and read ingredients and stuff. I hope we can trust them still. I mean, they have ways to get away with it, like natural flavor. It's in like 90% of things out there. And I saw one that looked into that kind of stuff, and for the way the way to FTCA or whatever the fuck it's called to allow it to be called that is just you need to start with something natural like a berry, and then you can add like 100 chemicals to it and still call it natural flavors. So you always see natural flavors and stuff and flavored whatever with this flavor, but that's all pure chemicals basically. There is maybe just the whole compound just started with like a berry or something natural, whatever the hell it is, and it's not natural. So try to avoid things with natural flavors, guys, because just look at it, read the ingredients, and look how many items that has natural flavors in it.
Yes.
Did you see that chicken that they grew in a lab?
Yeah.
Did you see that post? Oh my god.
Shapu, do you have natural flavors in Canada too?
Yes.
Yeah, it's there too. Yeah, okay. Because you don't have it in Norway. It's not in Norway. You don't have it there.
You see that a lot in juices, you know, juice boxes or juice just containers. They say they call it juice, but fruit juice, you know. But
less than 1% juice. The rest is all chemicals.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw a juice yesterday. Again, because I like reading, so I was like, okay, how much bullshit is in here? So an apple juice had caramel color. What's that? What's that? Caramel color. What's that?
I gotta go feed my cat. I'll be right back.
Okay.
You know what I found out? My cat's diabetic.
Really?
You gotta give him insulin injection.
The food that you give to your.
I know. He's 15, but I gotta go take care of him. I'll be back.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
You still gonna be on?
Yeah, I'm gonna be on for a little while longer, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I'm gonna wind down though, but I can leave and you can keep going if you want.
You know what? I think I'm gonna leave. Do you mind then? Is that all right?
That's okay. Yeah.
All right. It was really
it's
nice
an open stream.
You can,
Thank you.
Nice meeting you, lady.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you.
Thank you. Great love. Okay. Take care and
right.
you know, do the good things.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hey Bella, we got the juices over here that are the labels say 100% juice, and then on the bottom it'll say artificial flavors.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Wow. Yeah. I mean, shit. What's going on with that, guys? So you know, fuck. It's on all kinds of different things. Okay. So I haven't really paid attention to the comments tonight. I've been like to tune in with you guys, and very, very cool that you tuned in to RC. I've seen you in the chat for a long time, but cool to have you on screen, and you had like amazing points and your thoughts. It's cool to share that out with people. It's gonna be out there.
Yeah, and again, I want people to understand that's only what I visualize, what I see, what's presented to me. At the end of the day, it's my opinion.
Yeah.
And when people, you know, they want to get into a spec and they want to argue, I said, let's slow down. First of all, what I just said is my opinion, but it's also because I'm very observant. But at the end of the day, you can't prove that I'm 100% wrong. But guess what? You cannot prove that there's a possibility that I'm right.
Right.
And this is where confusion sets in.
Yeah.
My thing is, I tell people, and I love telling people this. They go, "Oh, you know, you should have took the vax." And I'm like, okay, first of all, let's put it this way. We went through almost 2.5 years of experts. And the key word here is expert, whether it be the medical community, a doctor, or an expert on diseases and vaccines and viruses. And then the government picks one and says, go speak to the people. And he's an expert. And then we have another expert who's trying to get on TV and say, not so fast, but because the government says, no, we have our own experts. My thing is, well, this guy here has an expertise too on the same subject matter. In other words, he's worked all his career, his life. Not only that, sometimes these doctors were world renowned. In other words, their intelligence, their findings, their research are respected worldwide. And they taught at many institutes throughout their careers. My thing is, okay, you put the two experts side by side. Which expert do you believe? They're both experts. Right. And they have differences of opinion. My thing is, we have to learn to say, well, this guy's actually an expert in the same field. So he's got to know what he's talking about. And that gives the rest of us an option to utilize our own opinion. But when it comes to the government, and the government says, no, this is the guy, how wrong was the guy they put in front of our faces? How many times was he wrong? And then we found out later on that, oh, he made mistakes here, and he shouldn't have did this and shouldn't have done that. And then we just keep, whatever, and the government goes, oh, no, and then here comes the news media. The news media continues with their job or their part of their, what we would call by design. Oh, the people starting to think outside the box. We can't have that. Well, let's put this guy in, or this chick, or that doctor, or this. And then boom, now we're back at what stage one again? Now we're confused again. My thing is, you go with your own abilities and your own opinion. Yeah. And if it works for you, then guess what? It works for you. I never took it. I'm not going to take it. I will never take it. I'm a Christian. I believe in God. And he gave me an immune system. And even at my age, in my late 60s, guess what? It worked fantastically. I didn't get sick at all. Mm-hmm. I never saw anybody die from the virus. Did I hear about a couple of folks that died, but they had all kinds of medical complications.
Oh, yeah, of course. From before.
Yeah, high blood pressure, diabetics, didn't take care of themselves.
Right.
And I'm a poor eater. I don't take care of myself. But guess what? My immune system is strong enough that it did its job.
Right. Good.
And that's all I got to say. People are like, oh, you should take the vaccine. I love you, this and that. I said, wow, you'll love me more if I take it, but you don't love me as much because I refuse to take it. Yeah. How does that work? Yeah. Do you not see the indoctrination and who's doing it? Because at the end of the day, most people indoctrinate themselves. They indoctrinate each other's with their belief system. My thing is, I'm sorry. I'm an individual. I will think for myself. And that's all she wrote.
That's good, RC. Thank you for saying that, because what's crazy to me is when Christians like yourself, when they go to government to survive this whatever, thing going on, and taking this mystery juice inside them instead of trusting their God for his immune system that he made for everyone to combat and survive through these things. My grandparents back in Norway, they've been like very, very strict Christians their whole lives and stuff, but they're like, oh shit, we gotta go and do that now. Why can't you just trust your God enough to have this immune system so you'll be fine?
Yeah, right.
Because we are of intelligent, amazing, incredible design, all of these places. So why would we need that from some corporation? And there's not really a lot of things that's free in this world, but I know three things. there is abortions, there is porn, and there is also these things. Everything else costs money, basically. You know, that's the three major things that's free in this place, and that's because we are the product from using those kind of things, right? So you know, you gotta question that too. It's a whole thing.
Yes.
Yep.
So
They
yeah.
I tell people, I say, hey man, how's your babysitter going? They go, what? Yeah, you know, the government, your politicians, everything they say, you're supposed to just do it.
Right.
Okay? I mean, you don't see the irony in that? They go,
yeah.
Oh man, you know, I hate running into ULC because you talk about this. I said, first of all, I didn't call anything a conspiracy, this and that. I'm just saying to myself, why is it that we automatically just bend down backwards and say, yeah, okay. In New York, people don't like when I use the terminology. I say, you guys got to learn how to stop saying yes, master. They get angry.
Right.
Because they think I'm referring to slavery. No. What I'm telling them is, no, I'm referring to control.
Right.
If you always say yes, then you're likable. You're important to them. But when you say no, they get the rest of your friends, your neighbors, even family members to attack you. I've been attacked by family members. Say, hey, listen, if you're going to come and spend a couple of months in Florida, you have to take the vaccine. I said, well, I guess I won't be spending a couple of months in Florida, will I?
Yeah.
Hey, oh, no, because no. You put a question forward to me. You gave me an option. I took the option. My option is I'm not taking it. It's as simple as that. Don't want it, this and that, whatever. And I haven't been sick at all. I don't get sick.
Right.
I haven't had the flu.
Same.
77, 78. I haven't had a fever. God, I can't remember. I haven't had a cold. Years. Maybe a decade or two. Do I have the sniffles, this night? Yeah, you know what I do? Tablespoon of honey. I wake up the next day brand new. They're natural herbs and stuff that we can take for our bodies, and it works wonders.
Right.
And here in the United States, we call it grandma's remedies.
Yeah.
And they worked. We're so far from understanding that what worked or used to work, we just believe everything everybody else has got to say. Oh, you're an expert to what? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, man. Exactly. And also mentality plays a big role in this thing too, because if you think you're sick, you're gonna be sick. Trust me.
Fear. Yep.
Fear and also stress.
Yep.
And all these things are gonna make you physically sick. And I speak from experience. It happened with me in the past, and it might happen sometime in the future. I don't know, but it's like mentality is probably like 80% of health, and then of whatever. But so and whatever you eat, but it's very important to not live. That's what they try to do with the whole like the news and all these flashing lights, like, oh my god, all these people are dying and stuff, you're gonna die and your grandma's gonna die and shit. So it's all putting people in fear and like, oh shit, I might be sick. I know people who tested themselves like every week and shit. I never tested myself for this shit. Never. I have this fucking thing up my shit like that. No, thank you. No, fuck. No. And never took the diaper, sheep shit on my face, and of course never the needle and stuff. But I was fine through the whole time. I hung over a few times, but that's my fault. But I never got sick. I never got through that time. Never. And I was like, the government said, when I was back in Norway at the time, like, hey, stay inside, don't go amongst people, and be alone and don't be with. Yeah. So that was the time of my life. I've never been more outside amongst people all the time. I used to go to the pub a lot and hang out there to try to find, like, is there anybody here who can think and stuff? So I used to hang out there. That was my second home. Yeah, sitting down there, having beers amongst people. The times they were open, sometimes they closed, and then I went to like benches near the shore to watch the boats, and then other people started gathering there and like, hey, so I made a lot of friends that way. Like, shit, I don't want to be inside doing this shit. What am I gonna do all day? So I went down there and socialized and stuff, and it was a whole ass thing. And then we started making protests against this tyranny, medical tyranny, and we started going through this little city I'm from. It's like 80,000 people, and we started meeting regularly with torches and like words like shouted out against medical experiment and all that stuff. And it was a whole ass cool ass thing that happened. And it's a cool thing because it shows that, hey, you're never really alone out there. There's always people like you there's always people who know whatever they tell us is bullshit. So you're just not gotta like make a little effort and find them, whether it's through social media or just out there. There is so many people. So
did they really push it hard on your end when you was back home?
Yes, they pushed it, and they started saying during holidays and stuff, Christmas and shit, they said like, okay, so now every household can only have like 2-3 guests and stuff, and people followed that. And the problem is that if you don't follow that, the neighbor up there is gonna fucking look out his window and like, oh my god, there's like 5 cars down at this lot, I gotta call the cops.
Yeah.
Hey, fucking people who can't mind their own fucking business.
Just
That's
jealous.
the problem. Yes, playing police, getting some kind of inner pleasure for ratting out your neighbor living his life or her life and not living in fear and stuff. That's the fucking problem. I mean, shit. Don't mind your own fucking business, man.
They were telling people in the news to do that. They were crazy, It's rat your neighbor, man. Come on.
Fuck. That's sinking so low. If that's the most exciting thing you can do in your life, to rat out your neighbor from having a fucking meet up with his friends and family and shit, damn, you're sick, man. That's mental illness. Fuck. Leave people alone, man. Do your own fucking thing.
Right.
That's disgusting behavior.
It's crazy.
So that happened a lot, and I think they ticketed people up to like $2,000 for being more than what was allowed. And then the prime minister at the time, she had a big gather up and party and stuff, and she was the one enforcing this through the media and politics. And she had a big gather up, and she was like exposed for that. And then she's like, oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
This fucking Erna Solberg, she's called. This fucking disgusting ass, ugly ass fucking woman doing this and enforcing the people into this nonsense and then breaking themselves. Of course they do. And then, she forgot. Fuck off. Fuck off, bitch. So that happened. It was crazy. And then, everybody wore masks. I didn't ever. And then there was a shopping mall I tried to enter. And then some guy said, no, you can't come in here without the sheep shit on your face. So then I was like, shit, I left because I didn't want to cause trouble or anything, like shit. So I left, and then I figured out you can say you're under medical exemption. So I went back to the same place the next day just for principle. And then he's like, hey, you need a mask. And I'm like, I have medical exemption. And then it's like, okay, sure. And then it's fine. Then, whatever, so it's all like it's a prison. It's like a limiter for your, like, hey, they can't tell you to not shop somewhere without a face mask. It's illegal, but they even have to hire someone and pay someone to be there to like guard people but then you just have to say the right words and it's fine. And then another time I took the bus downtown back home, and there was a bus driver, clearly very unhealthy. He did not have a sheep shit on his face, and then he tells me I need sheep shit on my face to enter the bus. And I'm like, no, I don't. And I go on there and he keeps driving. So I was never like too harassed for not wearing sheep shit on my face. But I heard about people and I spoke to people in this country, and they were like really harassed and thrown out of stores, and it was worse here. But they didn't force it a lot. But you just you just have to fucking do your thing, walk confidently without it, and nobody's gonna really harass you too much. I mean, damn, it's not that difficult, but
they gave power to some people that never had it, and they just went out with it. No, you can't come in. You can't come in. You can't come on.
Yeah.
But like you, I was never like bothered by this, because I guess they choose the people they want to to tell, so the tall people, and like you're pretty tall and I'm tall too. They never like want to get into a discussion with us, I guess.
Right, yeah. So usually, they had a guy there and it goes fine. And I'm wondering, like, the businesses, I mean, they want customers, they want fucking people to go in there and spend money so they can earn money and stuff. So this was at a shopping mall. So did all these businesses, owners and stuff, like, go in there and like, hey, we gotta hire a guy that can prevent customers from coming in because people are gonna die? I mean, who did this? That's against all logic. If you're a business owner, like, hey, you want people to come in, so why are you gonna prevent them just for the mask and shit? So I don't know what's going on there, who put those people there, but I'm pretty sure there was a lot of angry business owners, and of course the small businesses were forced to close down, and the big ones could have people over there and like hundreds of people in this store, but you cannot be alone at the beach. Then you're gonna be physically removed by the cops and shit. I mean, ridiculous, guys. So,
right. And I would tell people, I say, wow, you're demanding that I stay 6 paces from you, but we're not allowed to go to the West Side River and just stand on the pier and nobody's there.
Right.
We're not allowed to go over there. But over here, we're complaining about 6 feet apart. I mean,
there's no logic. There's no logic.
No damn logic.
And I saw like at the time, I saw like a picture someone took of someone walking in the woods, and they had a whole ass plastic thing over them, walking alone in the forest and stuff. I mean,
crazy.
That's the definition of brainlessness, guys. I mean, oh my God, what a crazy thing we've been living through. And
no, maybe he was trying not to affect the trees.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Says, I don't want to kill nature. That's all we got. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like when I look at the when they were doing the major jabbing.
Right.
And then they said that, oh yeah, but we also going to be giving placebos.
Yeah.
And I'm like saying to myself, okay.
No.
So at one point you're saying that you don't want to spread it, and then they said that if you took it, you wouldn't spread it. Then they came back and says, even if you take it, you'll still be able to spread it. What about all the people that had a placebo shot?
Right.
Was nobody concerned that they might be spreading?
But that's their way of telling us, because a certain percentage had to get like just salt water or something, because they can't all die from taking it, right? Because
exactly.
It would be too obvious. So they have to like, oh, you took it or whatever. If you got the placebo, you're fucking lucky. But you shouldn't have gone in there in the first place, in my opinion. But you know.
And the thing is, they talk about the results. Oh well, People took one vaccine, they took two, they took the 3 boosters, the 4 boosters, the 100 boosters.
Right.
Some of them, and again, can't say too much on YouTube. I don't want you to get flagged.
Yeah.
But at the same time, nobody spoke about the placebo people.
Right.
Like, did they get sick? Did they drop dead? They did no studies as far as I can see.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't. They gave us the studies. They know all.
They know the studies, and the studies here, which, I guess I can say this. When they turn around, they complained about, what about the natural immunity? And they just stood away from the subject altogether. But they did a study. They just didn't tell anybody because their main thing was, we gotta get them to, comply.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
All I know is there is nobody out there regret not taking it. Nobody. I know people, I speak with people, I see people on the comments and shit regretting taking it. They're fine still, but they still like after they woke up during the whole thing and started thinking and stuff. So they regret taking it, but there's nobody. I never heard of anybody regretting not taking it, and nobody that I know of died from this boogeyman either not taking it. So I mean, who's the standing victors is,
but
going
know
through
what
this pressure and stuff. I mean, that's respect to all you guys out there.
Yeah, but you know what I equate that to? I equate that to that maybe some of the people that we know that, they took it, right? And what if they took the placebo, okay? And I tell them, I said, the thing is, they have no idea if they got the actual or the nothing.
Right.
So for them to think that, because I took it, I survive. When they truly, at the end of the day, they don't know. And people go, oh, no, this and that. And I said, well, okay. Saying that this is what they claim they did because they wanted to see, which they've done this in the medical community, like always. They give people, we're going to take 2 groups. We're going to give them high blood pressure medication. We're going to give the other group nothing.
Yeah.
I remember what you said earlier. It has a lot to do with your positive thinking. If you're a positive thinking person, that is considered positive energy. You will not feel sick. You will not think you're sick. You will not get sick, et cetera, et cetera. That's how the body works. And they've done studies on this. And that's why they do this. They call it control groups. We're going to give you the real stuff. We're going to give you the bullshit. And then, boom, the people that took the bullshit, they don't know that they got the bullshit.
No.
But they go, oh, man, that medication works fantastic. And then you have to tell them, well, we didn't actually give you anything.
Yeah.
So guess what? It's all in your damn head.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And
yeah,
my thing is, they've done studies. They know this is true. So why don't they take it from there?
Yeah.
Because they don't want to. And they'll go, well, we can't tell everything we do because then we'll lose money.
Right.
The object here is to make money. It's a cash cow system. I don't care what anybody says.
Yes.
And my thing is, I'm sorry. I'm a veteran, by the way. And my thing is this. If my own government is telling me that another government is dangerous to us, the United States of America, I'm sorry. Would you buy anything from that country, including food, medication, etc.? I wouldn't. Right. Because as a military person, if I want to get the best of my enemy, because they consider us their enemy also, wouldn't you try to maybe, put something in the Kool-Aid, if you will?
Mm-hmm.
And then we're buying it. And again, that's why I say this makes no sense. We're the biggest consumers of pharmaceutical medication in the world.
Right. Yeah.
And we're buying it from somebody else who we claim to be our enemy, potential enemy, or always has been our enemy. How stupid is that?
Right.
Or how deceptive and manipulate, or as I like to say in places I visit on the web, and the con job continue. That's one of my favorite lines. When I see something, a story, this and that, I don't care who's reporting it, where it's coming from. I can immediately see there's some deception going on here, and this crap makes no damn sense. So I'll just kindly write in there, hey guys, good show, this and that, and the con job continues.
Yeah.
Whether they get it or not, I don't actually explain it to them. I explain it to my friends, and they go, that's why you write that on Facebook and YouTube? Yeah. And I'm sorry y'all don't get it. You have to ask me why I put that there, the way I put it. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah.
And I said, you're asleep and you don't know it. Listen to the words. And when I tell them, listen to the delivery of the language. Listen to what he says. Sometimes I'll tell him, listen, at 30 minutes of this video, listen to what this person just said and how he said it. And tell me what screams out to you. And they go, I don't know what you mean, this and that. Right. I'm like, Jesus. I go, Houston, we got a problem. The problem is us.
Right. Yeah, man. I mean, you don't ever have to really defend the truth or whatever you speak, as long as it's truth and stuff, whatever you post and stuff. Of course, people are always gonna attack it, and there is like trolls in the comment and whatever. Fuck them. You know,
Yep.
you don't have to. Don't ever, don't respond to them. If you do, just send a clone face or something, because there's not worth. You can instantly tell that these people are not capable of critical thinking, and they're not willing to even have a like adult debate about anything. They're just gonna come with every like whatever NASA says or whatever the shit, like, hey, look at this shit or whatever. There's no point. So just keep doing what you're doing with sharing the truth the way you do, and that's how we spread these things, and don't feed the trolls, and just yeah. And then the whole thing would just grow, and people will come in and chat about it, and they will understand it, and it's easy. I mean, it takes me, if I talk to some stranger guy out there, it takes me like 30 seconds, not even, to figure out, hey, should I mention the moon landings or something, to see it?
Yeah.
It's very easy. It's very easy. So it's the same online and stuff. So
yeah,
all these trolls.
I do that a lot, and people go,
yeah. Yeah.
Hey man, yeah, are you just like fucking with me? And I go, yeah, because I want to see where you at.
See, Irene Media says, I always put research melted buildings on YouTube, and they literally attack me for it. Just laugh at them. Yeah, I mean, that's their loss. If they don't want the fucking information and the truth, that's their problem. I mean, now if there's a new boogeyman going on, they're gonna take 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever, and that's their problem. And I mean, I think they're beyond saving in any way. I mean, there is no point. But we gotta focus on the people who can listen, and the people who are actually, if they have curious questions, yeah, please help them out. But if they attack you, then fuck them. There's no point.
It's like when I first came across you, I said, holy shit. Right off the back, right?
You just saw it, right?
You connected some dots.
Right.
And I was able to go with that somewhere else where I saw something, right, that's in my memory bank, my brain, and I'm going, wait a minute. Holy shit. Where did this guy come from? And then I immediately subscribed. Okay. And I said, oh, let me see what other videos he did. Then I looked at the whole video you did about 2 years ago. That was like an hour and something minutes. And then the second one. And I was like, holy crap. And then I go back to because I watch videos in different perspectives, caving, the moon landing, the this, the that, politicians. I go all over the place because I want to educate myself.
Right.
I know a lot of it is bullshit, but I need to know that by doing it myself, researching myself,
Exactly.
and then trying to figure out, wow. But in the same essence, and I told people, hey, there are times where I watch a single video anywhere from 2 to 3 times. You know why? Because I know I missed something. And I watch the damn thing again and I go, holy crap. Ain't this, wow, what kind of world do we live in? My thing is, it's like, just recently in America, everything is UFOs. Everything's UFOs. Oh, this and that. You got whistleblowers that come forward and go, yeah, I work there, this and that, whatever. You know what they show us? Nothing.
Right.
If you're a whistleblower, that means that you're willing to talk about everything you know. But yet you get in front of Congress and you say, oh, well, that's classified. Excuse me, you're a whistleblower. There's no holds bars when it comes to a whistleblower. Either you're going to say what you saw or you say exists, or go home and shut the hell up because you didn't give us anything. Another thing, 4 weeks ago, I saw a guy do a YouTube video who I follow, and he showed the story that happened back in 1951 in Louisiana. Over 300 people in a little square area saw what they claimed were UFOs. Right. Now, I went and looked at the footage. My thing is, wait a minute. Okay, these are live footage of 2 UFOs flying around the sky. But you know what immediately just screamed out to me? Why is there exhaust coming out of the back of these so-called UFOs? Exhaust, and you can clearly see it. Exhaust. So then I go back to the SR-71 spy plane. You guys heard about that plane, right? Mm-hmm. The U.S. government built this damn plane in 1956. Yeah. It didn't take flight or started to fly around the world until 1958. The U.S. hit this plane all the way up into the mid-90s, where the news finally came out and said that, in fact, this plane actually exists. But people didn't realize the plane always existed, going back to 1956, when it was first built. So my thing is, in the late 90s, can anybody just imagine what they have now?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so when people say they see UFOs in the sky, this and that, guess what? I'm pretty sure. And when you look at the stealth fighter that the U.S. government has in their Air Force, what does it say? You cannot pick up heat signature from that plane. So for the most part, it's actually invisible. So if you can't pick up heat exhaust, that means you don't see an exhaust either. So imagine what they have that they're not telling us about, that can just fly this way, upside down, and then they throw it up in the sky and everybody looks at it and go, holy shit, I just saw a UFO. No, you didn't. I believe you saw technology that evolved from the 50s on, or maybe from the 40s. Who knows?
Right. They even have now like a flashlight that's so powerful that you can concentrate the light by the lens and shit, and you can light your campfire with it and shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, they have that. That's what they're selling to us, the consumers. But imagine what they really have, what they don't show us. That in a much bigger scale. I mean, that's the thing we're dealing with here with these direct energy weapons, and apparently you can't even see it with your naked eye. You just see everything getting fried and stuff. So you need like IR cameras or something, or whatever the hell, I don't know, but whatever laser this shit is. So.
Yeah, and you know it's funny that years ago, like let's say 15, 20 years ago, It was illegal for you to buy bulletproof vests. Now you can buy them anywhere online.
Yeah.
It was illegal to buy this. It was illegal. They sell military hardware like it's going out of style online. Binoculars, night vision goggles, et cetera.
Right.
And my thing is, at one time they said, well, you're not allowed to buy that, but that's just for the military. My thing is, now that they're selling it to all of us, imagine what they have now that's better.
Much better, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and they're
man.
just getting rid of their old stock. They go, well, we'll get rid of this. Another thing too, the fear. Let's go back to fear. When it comes to fear, I'm sorry, we got all these survivalists, people talking about, oh, you got to buy this survival food. My thing is, it's like, seriously, am I to believe that you put something in a bag and that thing is going to last me 25 years? And they made a killing on that.
Oh,
they
yeah.
made so much money on it that now, I guess they're overstocked. They're trying to give it away because nobody's buying it anymore. Or is it that the public is saying, you know, I think all this is bullshit, but they got us once again.
Right.
And then, like you said, the flashlight, you can burn a hole and shit. What the hell? I mean, seriously.
Yeah, I saw someone in the chat asking the question, is that like new technology or old technology? But yeah, it's they used to use like big lands with the sun, you know,
put it this way. I say it began as simple technology many years ago.
Yeah.
What they did is they evolved and they perfected it.
Yeah.
But then they're not going to give us the real shit. Don't give us enough shit just to make some money. Right. It's no different than the iPhones, the cell phones we buy, this and that. Oh, this is the next generation, this phone, that phone. My thing is, it's like, wow. Then they turn around and say, well, our last phone is obsolete.
Yeah, yeah, the cell phones now, I mean, every year they sell the same fucking phone for like $1,000, no, $2,000 now, maybe. The same phone. I mean, it can't even do more than the previous year's phone. And it looks the same, exact same. It's in the same shell, exactly the same. You can use the same case for it and stuff. It's just like, oh, it has like a little bit more megapixels for a camera or something. I mean, what? And they sell it every year. It's this huge fucking milking industry and stuff, and people fall for it, and that's why they can continue doing it. So
just like now, you got this phone has 3 cameras.
Yeah.
Well, why the hell do I need 3?
Look at mine, man. Look, how much are they spying on me here? Shit. Take a hike, by the way. Shit.
That's so they can look at you far away, behind you,
and all this
underneath
shit.
you, on top of you.
Yeah,
I'm like, give me a damn break. You know, this is all when it comes to humanity, it's a joke.
Yeah.
I can't find any other reason than follow the money.
Right. Yeah.
And then check this out. I told some friends of mine, I said, they look at me because I have a SR and I have currently since 2012, I got an iPhone 6. And I told them, I said, you want to know why you guys are being taken for a ride? Follow me here. This is an iPhone 6. When it first came out, there were certain things that we couldn't do on that iPhone 6. So they said, well, you buy the 7 and the 8 and you'll be able to do this now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going like, okay. But then again, I get a update telling me, hey, guess what, RC? You'll be able to do this and this on your iPhone 6 because we sold so many iPhone 8s and they flooded the market. And we're going on iPhone 9 now. So they're already expanded, okay, upgrading the phones. And I told them, I said, but you know what's funny? Nobody asked us to take the iPhone 6 to the store to get the missing part that wasn't there when they first sold you the damn phone to begin with. And they go, what the hell are you talking about? I said, it's like a car. When a car gets a part that doesn't function right, they recall it. And what did they do? They actually replaced the part. Did they do that with the phones?
No.
And then they look at me. So what are you saying? I said, there's no more advancement with the operations of the phone system itself. They're just telling you, well, this phone does more. Oh, this phone got better camera, a better camera. And that's why you buy the phone. And most people go, oh man, I got to get that new one. It costs $800, $900, $1,000. And they go and they buy it. Mm-hmm. And then in 6 months to a year, that phone is obsolete.
Right. Yeah. And they stand in line like a day before they release this phone, and they set up tent and they sleep there to be the first one to get it. And it's the exact phone you already fucking have, basically. I mean, shit, I had to buy a new one since I came to this country. I have my old one right here, by the way. So this is a cheap budget Samsung. And the problem is the battery failed on it. So suddenly you have 60% battery and then suddenly it's zero. So I had to get a new one. And since I was here in America, there was this deal so I can get this upgraded one, a new Samsung for like, I think I paid like $800. It was the top of the shelf Samsung last year. And then now they have the same phone, just a better camera. I mean, there's so many cameras on this, but it's better camera, and they sell it again. Just replace the camera, whatever, from megapixels to another megapixels, but it can't do anything extra anymore. It's just a better camera. I can take insane photos. I can zoom in so much on my phone, standing on the ground, not even with a tripod, and I can fucking get a nice photo of the moon and shit.
Right.
And stuff. So I don't need anything better. So why would you need, to buy it again and shit? It's ridiculous. But I use my phones until they fail. And I also know that during the updates on the phone, they update it here and there and there. That's to make the older phones slower and shittier over time. So eventually it will fail because of the updates. It's in the code and programming. So it will fail because you update it all the time. So you're like, oh, I need a new one. And usually humans, they stick to the same brand of phone. You don't go Android, iPhone, Android. You stick with the same one. That's what I do. That's what you do. So then you buy the new one from the same brand usually. Or, so it's a whole ass thing. So I use it until it stopped working. I don't need a new phone now. And probably neither do you. But if you do, I mean, you buy the phone so you can like show your friends, hey, I got the new iPhone, whatever, 17 or 20 or whatever number they put on it. But it's the same. It's the same phone. You use it for Facebook, YouTube, take some photos, send text, and call people, and TikTok. Yeah. That's what you use it for.
That's it. It's wherever we go, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, it does it all. Like we don't need. Oh, okay, wow. And the thing is, 1 year, I think it was the iPhone 7. Right before Christmas, it came out. And for these SOBs to come back and say, wow, before Christmas actually arrived here in the United States, I don't know about elsewhere, but in the United States, they claim that they made in 30 days $3.5 billion.
Right.
Just selling the new upgrade. And then they turn around and advertise, we're working on the 8th. It's coming maybe end of February, maybe end of March. And people were just dying to like, oh man, did you hear what they said the iPhone 8 is going to be able to do? Do what? I mean, seriously, do what?
Scroll
Nothing.
Facebook.
Yeah.
You can already do that, man. Damn. I mean, what is it gonna do for you more? You can already do what it used to be able to do. I mean, shit. Yeah. So that's the whole phone thing and stuff. We are about to round out on 3 hours now, and I think I gotta take a piss and stuff, and I kind of wanna like close down the stream a little bit and get on with my stuff. But I appreciate you guys. RC, thanks for tuning in and hanging out. Very, very good input you have. It's cool to have you on here because you've been in chat for a long time and now you're on there speaking, hearing your voice and stuff. So I appreciate that. And of course, you, Shapu, the stuff that you do with your channel and together with Jen and your Facebook groups and the stuff. I mean, I scroll sometimes and I see you have a post of 100 photos and I go through them and it's just the amount is just incredible. So keep doing that. Keep doing what you're doing. Thanks for being on here. And Patty, you too. You had to go, but thanks for being on here, and Mark as well. Our Melted Reality. I'm gonna post a link here, guys, to the Melt Head channels. Link. Hold on. I use Norwegian layout, but American keyboard here. Hold on.
Real Media says he wants to come on the show next week.
Okay. Meltology channel.
Well, I wasn't really reading the chat, but
I was reading a little bit, but then a little bit not and stuff. And
yeah, well, to the question, somebody asked if I have a channel. No, I've been thinking. Excuse me.
Okay.
Yeah, something caught up in my throat. But anyway, I was thinking of going on Rumble because I know that there's stuff that I want to get out that I can't possibly say on YouTube or Facebook, you know?
Yeah.
And I just feel that I don't get it when it comes to humans. I mean, but anyway, let me do this real quick. When I said I was connecting the dots earlier, I saw a video about some cave dwellers. And again, looking at your melted rock theory and all this, which I believe 100%. These guys, they go underground 400 feet, 300 feet, half a mile, and in underneath in these caves where nobody goes, like these guys are like daredevils. And I watched their videos, and it's right there in front of them, and they don't see it. I guess they haven't come across you or your how you say, your analysis about what you discovered, what you see. Red bricks, way underground, like 600, 800 feet. And they're just planted there. Everything else looks melted, but it's wet because, you know, water's coming from the top. And I'm saying to myself, what the hell? Do these guys not see that, hey, you're like 800 feet underground and there's these red bricks sticking out in front of your face, and they're not thinking about how the hell did these red bricks get all the way down here? It's not like somebody went down there to try to build something. No, it's actually invented in the rock, in the caves. And I'm going like, holy shit. So that means that's part of that cave used to be above ground at one time. And it sank all the way down there over the how many years, whatever. The other one is, and do you have a link where I can send you a couple of videos?
Do you have Facebook?
Yeah, I got Facebook.
I can post my Facebook link if that works, and you can add me on there and.
Okay, that'll be good because there's a couple of places, and right here I'm on the west side of Manhattan in New York City. There are some structures that just don't make no damn sense, and then there's a figure surrounded by, I don't know if it's a brownstone or some kind of rock. And it's on the railroad tracks, and I'm going, and then there's a wall there that doesn't match any of the architect for the rest of the damn neighborhood, if you will. Like what you presented. Like, what's this doing here in the middle of nowhere, et cetera, et cetera. I do Google Earth a lot, and I've been doing it before you came along.
Right.
But it made sense when I started to go back and going like, holy crap, it took me back to places like Russia, Japan, Australia. China, you can't really get in there, but you can get close enough to make out certain things. And I'm going like, wow, what a fake world we live in, if you will, right? Not according to that we're here, but the people who report our history are nothing but a bunch of deceptive pieces of shit who do nothing but lie to the rest of us. That's all they do. But anyway, I'm going to send you those videos.
Sure, man.
And we'll catch up later on. I appreciate coming on. I appreciate your friend there from Canada.
Thank you.
I hope you guys one day just turn around and say we had enough and go take that guy. I don't even want to say his name. That guy, man.
Oh, he's got
But anyway, good luck to you guys. Good luck to your
too.
audience. And we'll catch up, man. Let's do this again.
We will. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm willing to do it again. I enjoyed this, and it's fun to just post a link, and whoever shows up, and you can stay 5 minutes or 3 hours, whatever, hang out and discuss these important topics, and then chat just wanders, and we get whatever we do.
Because I'm at this point, I'm just an old man. I stay up late and I do research. I go around the web. I look for stuff that screams out, and I go, whoa, And again, it's important that we got to watch them also, so that we know what the hell they're up to.
Right, that's a good tip you get there, because I don't watch them because it's all propaganda, but they're really also saying what they're doing, like you're saying. So I'm gonna pay a little bit more attention to that. So that's a good advice, and that's probably a good advice for the other mouth heads and thinkers out there to just. You don't have to watch them all the time, but go in here and there and see what they're saying, because they're speaking in codes and shit.
Yeah, especially when something breaks out. Oh, news break, this and that. Right. I mean, they're doing something to Donald Trump, then they turn around and say, oh, look at what, we call that in the United States tossing a political football.
Right.
Like, oh, they're paying too much attention here, and they don't like what they're watching or seeing, but they're starting to get it. Oh, throw the football over there. Throw it to Canada, and then before you know, they're doing news stories on Canada. And then what do the rest of us do? We go, we follow, and then we forget what we just saw. Yeah. Wait a minute, what about this over here? No, we don't do that. We just leave. We follow. We got to stop doing that. We got to say, no, I think I'm going to stay here for another extra minute or two, because they're up to something.
Right.
And you see it, and then you take it from there. But anyway, thank you. God bless you guys.
You too, man. Thank you.
Okay. And listen, you still have PayPal, right?
I do.
Oh, okay, good. I'll send you a donation.
Thank you, man.
Okay, you got it. Hey, Canada, thank you. It's a pleasure.
Later, man. It was great.
Take care. See you next time. I'll do this again. It's fun. It's good times.
You got it. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah. News. I go to Newsmap. If you ever went to this site, Newsmap, it got news from all over the place here, and they put it it changed it on real time. Yeah, you can see the news change, and it's a good place to seek what they are doing.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't really gone there, but I can look at it and see here and there, to see what they're going on and what they're doing, because I haven't done that. I'm just like, hey, it's melted buildings, and that's what I'm focused on. Whatever else, I don't really care. But it is important, and with this Hawaii thing, how they told us before that they're gonna do this, but we didn't. We I mean, they speak so deeply in code and stuff, so it's like difficult to know and predict everything and shit. But it is what it is. Thank you, Shapu, for being here for all this time, and keep doing what you're doing, and post all these things and the melt and all knowledge you have. You have incredible knowledge and information. So
thank you.
I appreciate that.
Same for you, man. You know,
Hey, Canada, you got a link?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. My name it's not Shipu on YouTube.
I will put Shapu's link in the chat as well, direct.
Yeah.
But it's all on the link tree that I posted as well earlier up there. Linktree/Meltology channels. But here is his direct link right there.
All right, thank you, guy. Appreciate that.
You too, man. And everybody in the chat here, we got Here to Here, Mr. Beast Fan, Tina, Noah, Mabio, and Big James, the muscle man. Look at him. Oh my god. Curtis, good. Everybody in here, thanks for hanging out. Hope you had an enjoyable experience. I hope you learned something. Please share this out with people. Do so they can't avoid seeing these kind of events all over the place. Make them make questions and shit, so they can start thinking, because that's the way we get out of this shithole we live in, I think.
Yeah.
Because we are many who can think, but we are not enough. Because when are we gonna say enough? When they do this shit? Yeah.
True.
So.
And that's the biggest problem we got. We don't say nothing. Right. Another thing I told people recently, I said, at the end of the day, the government has this right where they want us. And they go, where's that? In front of a device, a computer, a laptop.
Right.
And you know why? Because we don't say anything. We hear it. We get angry. We're disappointed. We're tired of it. But guess what? We come here, for the most part, not here because this is a different subject matter. But for the most part, most YouTubers, all they do is repeat what everybody else is repeating.
Right.
We got to get off of this system and go out there and say something and also do something. And I'm not saying violence. I'm just saying if people are going to come and protest in my neighborhood, don't protest in my neighborhood. Go protest where you think is necessary.
Right.
Try City Hall.
Yeah.
Or Washington, D.C., or the state legislator. Don't come to my neighborhood. All you're doing is marching up and down the block going, what? We're tired of it. No. Go where it matters, to the politicians, to the powers that be.
Right. Yeah, guys. All right. I'm going to end the stream now. I really got to piss and shit. So, yeah. Take care, guys. Thanks for everything, and keep doing what you do, and keep posting the truth, all that stuff, and be healthy, be kind, be good, and take care. Okay, be safe.
All right, be safe. Peace.
Bye.
In the chat.
Bye.